live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio. It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan. Whoopee!
Hello, this is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Happy Titty Friday! It's Big Titty, Little Titty, every Titty Friday.
TD Friday.
Titty Friday. Welcome to Titty Friday.
All TDs matter.
It's all TDs. No, you can't say all TDs matter. Just because you say big TDs matter doesn't mean that little TDs don't matter. Doesn't take anything away. But hey, welcome to the show, everybody. I'm Dan.
Tom.
Samantha's here. Butler's here. Seth Petrozelli is here. We already have people lined up on the Zooms. We're going to call my wife a little bit later to talk about me almost dying. We've got a big, fat dump 'em out ready to go. I met a man baby at the DMV. There's hells a poppin' here today, buddy.
Also, Seth bullied
He did.
the fine maintenance workers.
Why would you do that? They're the nicest men, too. Butler and I have worked really hard to work up a good relationship with these guys.
So what
I made
happened?
a mistake.
So you're walking up here. You come 2 minutes before the show starts.
Yeah. So that's why I'm rushing in, so I didn't take a good look. But it did look like Butler.
Oh, yeah. And you thought that...
Everybody looks like Butler. He's kind of got that, he's got that look. You look at a guy, that's not him.
He's also really tan. So
Yeah.
probably...
He's outside constantly, this guy, so he's obviously...
He's never in here. He's
So-
always outside enjoying the Florida time.
So you saw a guy cleaning our windows of our office, and as you walked in, what did you
I
tell him?
also like that you think we make Butler clean the windows.
That's why I was... he does everything else kind of bitchy around here, so...
Hey, shots fired.
Yes, he does.
Shots fired.
Yes, he does.
That's why I
Yes.
said what I said.
And confirmed.
And what did you yell at him?
I said, yeah, wash those windows, bitch.
Why would you do that?
When did you realize it wasn't Butler?
As soon as about another 5-degree turn to the side as I was walking by him to look why he didn't turn to recognize what I said or acknowledge what I said, and I was like, it's not Butler.
God damn it, Seth.
You just keep it to yourself, man.
Yeah, but he didn't look at me, so I'm assuming he didn't hear me. Either that or he was just like, motherfucker.
Well, if he did look at you, there's a muscle
Probably
guy.
thought you were a racist piece of shit.
That's possible.
Yeah.
That's possible. And he is a racist piece of shit, but he didn't mean it that time.
Yeah.
Right.
You know
That was
what
an
I mean?
accidental racist.
Yeah,
Remember
was
that song?
We covered that.
Hold on. That was a
We've
thing.
covered that. That's a horrible
Is
song.
Samantha racist for assuming he's not white?
Yeah, because I was saying there was
No,
nothing.
because Seth said he was dark. He looked like him.
I said he's
forgot
tan.
that.
I'm not racist against tan people. Nor any.
Depends on how tan you are.
I don't know. It sounds like you guys are
There's
revving your engines over there. Is what it sounds like to me.
Anyway,
But I apologize, sir.
So that gentleman will definitely shit on our begonias
Yeah.
or whatever, or
No,
do
he
something.
won't. No, he won't, because he planted those begonias. He'll shit on our doormat, which
Yeah.
somebody's done before, but
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
don't tell you those things because it would freak out Sam. She'd never come to work if she knew how many people shit on our doormat. It's like a weekly doormat shitting.
Yeah,
And if I
every
told
morning.
Sam, she'd be like, "Dude, catch him back now." I see it. I go, he's back. And I just whip it off into the bushes. Yeah, there you go.
So real quick before we start, Daniel's been wanting to do this for a long time, and it's been in the works for a while. But we finally produced them. It's all for Yellow Brick Road Foundation, and we've got two of the gentlemen that helped make this happen on the line with us. We've got Eric Pabone and Eddie Bass. What's going on, guys?
Hey, what's happening, guys?
Not much.
Eric, you know,
It's happening again, Eric.
Yes.
Your
Eric,
volume is way too high.
Eric
sir.
always comes correct with the fucked up audio.
He did email me and say he had PTSD from the last
Yeah,
time.
no, we can hear you now. Your audio's too loud.
Oh, man.
It's overmodulated.
Eddie, how you doing, buddy?
My CTE
Sound like a
out.
drive-through.
I'm doing good, guys. How y'all doing?
Oh, good. His
Eddie,
audio's perfect.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah, he doesn't even have a fancy mic and a boom stand.
You got a whole setup. You look
Yeah.
like a real radio guy. This guy going,
He's on his lunch break.
Eddie looks like he's in jail being interrogated. Are you being? Eddie looks like seriously like they're like, we know you did it, you
He's in the break room.
motherfucker, and I'm gonna break you today. You'll see. You'll see.
So, this whole coloring book is basically art from you guys that you've done over the years. From like with some that we've used for T-shirts, some we haven't. Some has been
Just ideas.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times Eric and Eddie will throw us just like, I was just sitting here and I doodled this. I wish that in my just killing time, I created things that were this amazing. This means a ton to me because this is an idea that I had, like, honestly, like, I want to say 7 years ago. And that's how long it took to actually make this happen. And you guys made it happen. And you know how much I love both of you. So I just had to say that. You're the best. And do me a favor, because we've been doing this thing with our clients where we say, hey, if you use them, take a picture, use the hashtag, or shout them out, or let us know so we can let them know. Go to these guys' Instagrams, wherever wherever they throw their art, and give them a follow. First of all, you're going to enjoy the follow. You're going to like it. It's going to be like good content on your feed, not bullshit, not politics, not garbage. It's going to be creative stuff. But give them a follow. That's the best thing you can do for us so we keep getting art is to support these guys. We got to support each other.
and so when Daniel came up with the idea,
Butler's laughing at me.
then
It's making me mad.
Well, I was like, yeah, we should definitely do this. And then we thought, because we haven't done any events for Yellow Brick Road Foundation because of the pandemic, we were like, maybe this could be a way to raise money for them. And you guys were nice enough to donate all the art. Vintage Paper Company printed all the books for us.
Yeah, man. Mark and all the guys over there did such an amazing job on it. It looks great.
Yeah. Everybody here helped. Samantha was instrumental in helping organize it all, and you guys put it together. And now we're able to sell them. They're on our site now. We sold over 100 so far just to BDMs.
Oh.
So we only have like a little over 100 left. So if you want one, get one. But we raise half the money. We hope to write a check to Yellow Brick for $5,000.
Yep.
At the end of this, 100% of all proceeds, every dollar that's spent on the coloring books goes to the donation.
And we can say, like, take that, COVID. Normally we pass around like a milk jug or something at just a simple event.
Yeah.
At the end of a beach party, you get $1,000. That's how and then we give that to Yellow Brick. Well, because we can't do any of that, this coloring book's kind of taken the place of all of that, and it's working.
It's working out.
And then we're going to donate all the shipping and handling to get it out there. That way, all the proceeds go to Yellow Brick, and we can write them a nice check.
Seth said something really cool too, and are you okay with me?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, well, no, you mentioned this when you were talking about the coloring book, and Seth said that he's gonna match that 5K. So we have an even 10K.
Okay, all right.
For the
That is awesome. Give it up for
Seth, Mr. Petrozelli, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Make your dreams come true.
in Joku karate.
I think he said it right. He got this the closest.
I said it
very
right
close.
because of his generosity.
Okay.
So anyway, guys, so over I don't know what the oldest piece of art is
what's
in
the
here.
oldest piece of art, guys?
That's going to be something from Eddie.
I think it's Snoots. I think it's the Rick Ross.
Rick Ross
Okay,
Snoots.
yeah. Because that's got to be 10 years or 9 or 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
That was from the original office, the studio in your house, the old house.
Yeah, that was our second.
First.
That was
first, dude. We did Snoots in
Yeah,
the
it was
first
the first
one.
studio.
Yeah,
Yep, you're absolutely correct. I don't know why anything that goes with memories, I'm like, I'll
I
fight you
think
on
you hit
this.
it on the nose, man.
That's crazy.
I was gonna say,
Wait, it might be that. It's that. That's the oldest piece. That's the oldest piece.
What do you got
The
there?
Drunk of the Bear
The Drunk
one?
of the Bear one.
No, I think he did that after Snoots.
Did he?
Yeah. There's
but it's a great book.
Awesome,
I mean, it's just 50 pages of just amazing art.
By the way, it's an adult coloring book, but we did scan through there, and then I deemed it appropriate enough to give to my sons.
It's all approved.
To be fair, I only looked at the drawings itself. I didn't read anything that was written on there, so that's my bad. I'll take full blame for that.
There's
a few stuff written on the drawings.
Yeah, it says
a couple
titties.
things.
Oh, you just tell them that
like,
says chocolate milk, not titties.
Yeah, there's
Wait,
like a
Tom, isn't there a picture of Soapy Butt in the coloring book?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but that's in his house too, so his kids already see that.
I didn't
He
realize.
makes them bow to it before they leave. He's like, oh.
Respect the soapy butt.
I'm not
like
joking.
A fucked up dojo.
Max read that and he's like, "Oh, they got so excited that they were actually in." There it is. They were in the coloring book. I think we talked about this before, but Max read. He said, "Dr. Google and the case of the missing soapy butt," and then he's like, "I know where it is." And then I'm like,
I can
He's
solve
on
the
the
crime.
And one day, like when they get old enough, they're gonna be like, "My dad was a weirdo."
Yeah.
And my mom is a weirdo.
My mom hung pictures of her ass up, and then my dad made coloring books about it, and he sold them to his fuck buddies. I'm so fucked up.
Anyway, so look it over if you do give it to your kids. But it was fine for Max and Tommy. They're having fun coloring it.
But fellas, thank you so much, man. We appreciate you zooming in so we could just talk the whole time, and you could sit in the bottom screen and look like a little square.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for, man.
Oh, you got your audio. Your audio's good now.
Yeah,
it's good now.
Oh my God,
dialed
it's a
it in.
miracle.
It's perfect now.
So, what's the easiest way that our listeners can support you guys, since you guys are cool enough to donate all this, for Yellow Brick and to help everybody out?
For me, it's artofericpabone.com, Pabon. All my stuff is there. If you want to find me on Instagram, it's Art of Eric Pabone. And we actually have a podcast called Masters of the Cinematic Universe that Butler was a guest on. That episode dropped today, so check that out to hear your boy, the Choppa.
He's not my boy. Don't ever say that. Don't you ever fucking say that. He's not my boy.
And last thing I need to hear
Way to go clean the windows.
Yeah, I was gonna say you haven't really
Clean those
cleaned the
fucking
windows.
windows, bitch.
I do not want to hear Butler talk more. Just me. Everybody else fine.
He's good to everybody.
I have to listen to every day. Every day. And Eddie, did you plug your Instagram
No, he
up?
didn't.
For me, it's my Instagram is at slacker_1. It's N01. It was like an inside joke. I don't take too many commissions nowadays, but I'm always open to listening. If somebody wants a drawing or whatever, that's where I'm at.
That's
Cool.
awesome, man. You guys are the best. We really appreciate it, guys. And hit us up if you're ever doing anything new and need some plugs or whatever. Get at us, okay?
You got it, man. Thank you so much for having us.
All right.
Yeah, no problem.
Yep. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Thank you.
Later.
And also, you can get some Pabone art on T-shirts at Sunshine State Threads
How
in
do you say
Sanford.
that? I can never say that.
It's hard. It's hard.
Sunshine State Threads. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's like running across a tightrope for me. All right. So Seth's event was last weekend. We talked about it on the BDM show, and it went well, right, Seth?
Yeah, so it went very well. According to me, it went well. Then I listened to the last 30 minutes after you hung up on me on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I knew you guys thought I didn't listen, but I stayed on specifically.
You can't listen to that.
To how Daniel was
No,
like,
we're just fucking around.
that's just
yeah.
I was telling them, I was doing the old radio thing where it's like, come on, get them.
Yeah. Spin the yarn. Spin the
Right. Next event, wait till the next event. You guys will drag your name through the dirt.
It's all dirty. There's really nothing
Don't
you can
worry.
say. What could you possibly say? Have you seen our listener? So now, when we were talking about it, Daniel and Travis did mention when you were doing a demonstration of takedowns that you had one of your students participate in this, and
well,
he was.
I had already left to go get a
teen
heart
boy.
rate monitor, and Travis was there to witness it. And then I'm getting text messages from Travis, who said, "You left a little too early. Seth is out here abusing a teen boy." And I'm like, God! I was like, that sucks, because I'm in line at REI trying to get a heart rate monitor like a fucking old man. Because I broke my heart rate monitor. You know the little aluminum
the ones under the booby.
Yeah, you know the little aluminum snaps.
Some medical.
No,
No, so because I got one that measures my CO2 levels.
Why are you doing this?
Because you put it on your finger.
You put it on your blood
laser finger.
You put it on your finger. It's
those are good.
The oxygen level.
Yeah, those are good.
I have it right by my bed.
My husband has one of those too, but he had corona. So.
Yeah, there's a reason.
He got it after.
Yeah. Well, the doctor gave it to him. There's a difference. He's just sourced his own.
Yeah. I looked for the best one on Amazon and I bought the most expensive one I could find.
Man.
Look, you just got done running stadium stairs, and you're like, gotta check my oxygen while I sleep. All right. So we found the teen boy, and he's online.
Stop calling him a teen boy.
Hashtag old teen.
How old is he?
He'll be 18 in a few weeks.
Teen boy.
So he is a teen boy.
And show me teen boy.
Oh my God. Stop calling him a teen.
It just sounds all right.
How old is he? 17. All right.
Everybody else made it weird. What line's he on?
Line one.
So
hello there, fine young teen boy. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Hey.
He's so nice.
He is very
So
nice.
Javier is on the line with us.
My wounds are still healing.
So Javier, I'm curious how you met Mr. Petrozelli. That was like a courtier.
Were you in his class? Young teacher, the subject of Dojo fantasy. I might have to do that. I'm loading that shit up.
Javier, how'd you meet Seth?
So, when the pandemic began, my old dojo, it closed. So my old sensei, because he moved, he recommended Sensei Seth Petrozelli.
You're going to love him. That's coming from Sensei Jerry. Sensei Jerry, I don't know Seth, but I heard a lot about him, and I think he does a little bit more traditional than my cowboy kick-arounds.
So your old sensei,
Sensei Jerry.
How was your old sensei? Was he like, traditional, what we'd imagine a sensei being, not so much?
Was he like Zubaz pants, or was he Seth? Because Seth is traditional dojo. Was your other sensei a little more Americanized?
Well, my sensei was from Venezuela, my old sensei.
Okay.
And he's very formal when it comes to karate. And Sensei Seth also is very formal when it comes to karate also. Both of them are very good teachers.
Sensei Munjet.
So, Javier, when you first met Seth, did you know of his background? As far as, did you know about his fame from the Kimbo Slice fight and his MMA stuff?
He's a famous MMA fighter.
No, I had no idea until I actually read his biography, and it said that he beat Kimbo Slice, and I was like, what? No way. And so I looked at the video, and then I was like, oh my God, that was him.
And then he went
Teen boy confirmed.
And then he went to other videos.
Did you see? Did you go further in the internet and see?
What else did you see in there?
Yeah, because if you search Seth's name, Kimbo Slice's not the first thing that shows up.
You see a couple videos downtown where he's like, kiss me, bro. Kiss me. Spit in my tongue, bro. I'm not gay, but I'm gay.
Yeah, did you see? Did your mom have to see any of this, or
any
like
age-restricted videos?
Yeah, because you've been with him for a while now, right?
Yeah, I've been with him for a little bit. Yeah.
So, by the way, if you're 17, the Kimbo's like you were 6 years old, younger than my son.
Yeah.
One day that man is going to be my sensei.
Also, I don't know if you looked up Kimbo Slice. He's kind of like the Tim Tebow of the NFL.
Yeah.
It was a little promotional.
Slow punches.
The knockout punches didn't even barely tapped him in his chin. He fell down.
I didn't know what half you were saying.
I didn't know.
So, Javier, now when you're doing these moves with Seth, like how does it go? Like, because sometimes you get these senseis, and I call them the Hadouken senseis, where they convince
the energy old men.
Yeah, the energy old men, and they convince their students that that they have some sort of supernatural power, and
that there's no way you would be able to penetrate their the force shield that they've created with their own disciplined mind.
Yeah, and then you also got the other senseis that their students run at them, and then they with one finger will toss them around,
flip them around,
and you're like, you're not even. You could truck this old man, and you're not even trying. Yeah. You're putting on a show.
Just punch him in his ugly beard and drop him.
So how much of what the display was an act? Like, how much are you contributing into the flipping? Are you doing the half flip and Seth base? How does that work?
No, me and Seth, I've been practicing that for basically a month, and he was like, yeah, let's do these takedowns, this and that, and this. So all I did was basically I was just getting hit and I was just getting thrown. Everything else was all on him.
No, okay. So he's hitting you and throwing you around.
Beating up a team?
Yeah, no McDoubles.
No McDoubles. I don't know.
They bought you a McDouble after?
A Happy Meal? Oh, okay.
All of this for a couple McDoubles?
You're right in my car.
So the people call fake karate schools McDojos.
Oh, McDoubles. Gotcha.
Yeah. Now, I feel like...
So Javier's always been about the legit real dojo, not about... okay, good. So you found the right place, man.
Yeah. Now, Javier, have you, what's your... I'm trying to think of the most polite way to say this, because I started thinking about...
Well, tell me. I'll say it. I'll just rip the Band-Aid off.
Well, I'm just curious in the terms of the karate world, what's the average age of student?
That's a good question.
In karate,
we could probably Google that. North American average karate student age.
Yeah, like Javier, are you on the younger side of Seth's students, on the older side? How does that work?
So I would say, as far as karate experience, I'm one of the oldest in the dojo, but in his dojo, I'm like the youngest because I kind of got there a little later.
Gotcha. Right. Because I have this overall feeling about karate that it's maybe skewed towards a younger,
demo
for the kids.
You think it's more for children?
You know what I'm saying?
But I do a great job of separating. For 2 years, it was adults only at my dojo. I did no kids. I had no kids in my dojo.
And that was because you wanted
you
wanted people to be able to wear pants, not wear pants. It was kind of like a very open dojo, right? It was like a nude.
We drank afterwards.
Yeah, it was adult only dojo. That's why they do these places. It's adult only because sometimes after hours I'll be whipping you with a yellow belt.
So
I just
don't laugh at that, Javier. You're breaking discipline.
Javier, are you familiar with the movie Foot Fist Way?
No, I'm not familiar with
We're going to buy that for you.
Are you familiar with the character Kenny Powers?
This is all like
17.
I think I've heard of him once, but I don't know who that is.
Probably from
Tracy talked to the kids in the kids class the other day and said, "Hey, we're gonna rotate our hips like this to warm up, just like SpongeBob." And they're like, "Who?" SpongeBob is old to
Tracy's them. How old is she? Yeah, she's like, no, my point is, how does she know what SpongeBob is?
Oh, really?
Shut up. I'm just saying, SpongeBob's like 40 years old. SpongeBob is my age. No.
So, you should watch the movie Foot Fist Way.
I'll tell him more about it.
Just because there's a Fred Simmons scenario here that you'll laugh at. So, Javier.
The best is when he catches him on the phone and he's screaming at his ex-wife that he'll blow her tits off with a shotgun. That's the best part. That's a great fucking movie.
It is real good. So, Javier, how long do you plan on staying with Sensei Seth?
And do you have to fight him to take control of the dojo?
And what is your belt ranking right now?
Right now, my belt ranking is that I'm a first-degree black belt. I do plan on staying with...
Well done.
Thank you. I do plan on staying with Sensei Seth as long as possible. He's taught me a lot in such short time, and he's teaching me a lot. And awesome. I'm understanding a lot more than before in karate. So yeah, I hope to stay with him for a pretty long time.
Now, when you turn 18, does Sensei Seth have any plans to, take you out of the dojo setting and maybe Get fucking crumbs! Yeah, bro! Spit in my mouth! Because you'll be 18.
There's a difference. There's a student-teacher relationship.
Okay.
But when he turns 18, I definitely want to take him out and have fun.
I bought you condoms, bro.
I even said that like after the grand opening, I always have people back at my house, like some of the students, some of the parents.
Oh,
We always hang out. We all hang out.
Have your parents drop you off, bro. You can stay the night, plenty of room.
Overnight lock-in.
We all sit and hang and have a couple of drinks and hang out.
Seth plays
How old are
acoustic
these
guitar.
They're older. They're like my age.
Oh, okay.
They're my students, adult students.
Pillows. Is it in your
Pillow palace.
Hey,
my chill room.
I was about to just play a couple of my new originals. If you'd like to take some seats, there's pillows everywhere. Make yourself at home. There's a bunch of coolers with drinks. Make
it's a
yourself
good
at
time.
home. I think you're really gonna like it here, Javier.
I usually have a big thing of sake. We all do like sake shots at the house. It's a good time. And then relax.
Then they see a girl walk by. They're like, that girl was in 10th grade last year.
Who is that? Is that Matt? Is that Matt Gates?
All right, Javier, we appreciate you giving us a call. We'll check in with you again. Now, is there a point in time where you'll surpass Sensei Seth and then have to move on because your abilities are, he can't teach you anymore?
Probably not. There's always something to learn with any sensei. Even if you are a higher degree, you could be 5th degree and you still learn something new. So probably not.
He's got a good head on shoulders.
Yeah,
What I would have said, Javier, is once my mental cognition starts to decline more from all the hits to my head, you'll probably have to start teaching for me. And
Oh my God. Now, here's the question I have for you. Once that happens and once you...
Why don't you stop saying once that happens? That was a joke. You're being...
It's going to happen to all of us. Once you cognitively decline and you're kind of a little more...
Slow.
I don't know. You're a little more Cassius Clay and a little less Seth. Will you still put the gi on in the wheelchair? Because I wouldn't. I'd just go sweat. I'd just go sweat.
Yeah.
Plus, I think it's also insulting to those that can still move that you're even wearing it. It's like, at that point, it's just pajamas.
Yeah.
And Javier, when Sensei Seth starts leaving his belts around, just go to his office and be like, "Hey, Sensei Seth, you left your belt again." Try to hide it.
What did I do?
Try to hide it from the other
Tracy,
students.
help, Tracy!
Long gone,
She's
by
long
the way.
gone, yeah.
She's been gone for years.
She's been gone.
No, but you're holding a picture.
But
You're still holding a picture.
I'll still call. I'll think Javier is Tracy.
That's bad. That'd be bad for Javier.
Or any of the girls in my karate studio, I'll just call Tracy.
Well,
All right,
thanks for being a good sport, buddy. And you guys did a great job, man. And congrats on the dojo opening, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right,
no
man.
problem.
Keep doing what you're doing. Seth really likes you a lot, all right? Keep it up.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah,
Anytime,
no problem.
man. Be good. Happy birthday.
Right hard.
So,
Happy 18th
well, Seth, what did you tell him that he was on? Because you said you told him radio first. I'm like, he doesn't understand radio.
Yeah, he don't know nothing.
I don't know.
He doesn't know what
I said
SpongeBob
radio.
is.
Then I gave him your website, and then he said, "How do you listen?" And I said, "You can go on YouTube, you can go on Twitch, you can go download their app." And blah, blah, blah. So I gave him the spiel. I knew what I was talking about.
I wonder. We should have asked him.
And then I said, "Oh, it might be on 104.1 later."
Yeah. Hoodwink.
So, but for kids that age, I wonder if it's even a big deal if you're on this person's Instagram page. It's like, oh yeah, everybody I know has an Instagram or a Facebook. I wonder, because it used to be when we were younger, like getting on the radio, even to
deal.
like say a
Being
request.
in the newspaper was a big deal.
Yeah.
I remember being in the newspaper and then like my mom clipping it out. And I remember my friends coming up to me and being like, "Oh, you were in the newspaper." And it was like, I was like, well, this is the first step to me being super famous. Like, that's how you felt.
Yeah.
I think that's how you felt.
But I wonder if anything like maybe if you were on some social media influencers, like if they commented back, like what's exciting to young people now?
He was excited about the YouTube. When I said YouTube, he was excited. Even when he first joined karate, he's like, "We got to do a YouTube. We got to make the YouTube big, the YouTube channel big." So he was like all about YouTube.
Yeah, but you can just put yourself on YouTube. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like not a big deal to be on YouTube, but I guess being on a YouTube show is the equivalent to a radio show. But don't they look at the followers?
Well,
and
even like getting a comment, like if you were an influencer trying to be an influencer and you like, let's say you put out a video and then let's say, I'm trying to think of, the comedian, Mulaney, who's...
John Mulaney.
Yeah, John Mulaney. Let's say he commented on it. right? That would tick the box, right?
I think so. I
'Cause
think
I
if
know-
it's any like influencer or celebrity that you enjoy that interacts with you, I think that'll move the needle.
Who was the guy that played Lieutenant Dangle on Reno 911?
Oh, I forgot his name.
That guy commented on something that Big Tim
Yeah, he
posted.
did, yeah.
And then Tim sent it to me and said, check this out. And I look at Tim as being, he's younger than me. I mean,
He called Tim like a national treasure.
Yeah, he said, you're not, it's like, to me, when I see stuff like
Really?
that,
That's
that would
pretty
be
cool.
like the new kind of, that would be like cooler than getting a bunch of people looking at it. It would be like to get somebody that I admire
Yeah.
to like give me a compliment.
The Rock called me a douchebag. I was fucking
What?
I would like that too, though. I
we
would,
got in a Twitter war for.
Oh my God,
I
that's
would like that
hilarious.
too, though, because he knows about the work. Like he's a wrestling
What did
guy.
you say to The Rock to make him call you a
I made
douchebag?
fun of. It was about SoCal Val. And when I said something, and he said something. Calm down, bro. I'm like, there's only one Silverback, bro. And then he said something about me being a douchebag, and I
Hit a
said
bro
something.
off.
And then I said something about him being a fairy in the fairy that movie he played.
Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, I said, yeah, go back and be your tooth fairy, bitch, or something. I don't know. I said something.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
But it was a fun.
That guy's gonna be
type of
president
Yeah,
soon.
my God. Can you get him on the show?
About as easy as I can get Joe Rogan, I guess.
So anyway,
Did you want to call my wife? You want me to tell that story?
Yeah,
Before
yeah.
we take a break, we can totally do that. Do you have my wife's number, Sam?
I don't think so. I should
I-
save that in
well,
my
I got it.
phone.
Here,
Oh.
Got him.
I'll tell her. I'll text her and tell her to
Yeah,
call.
just have her call.
Let's see. I'll text her now. This is how we do things now. But okay. So this ties in perfectly to, you'll like this story, and I'm glad that it's a Friday when you're here, because it was 2 nights ago. We cleaned up everything here, and Andrea has our like eating schedule to a point where there are certain days that like everything's planned out. It's like this is this, we're cooking this, there you go. This is a go out night, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's great. We're not really the type of family where it's like, what do you want to do? And they're like, no, she likes it all.
Organized.
And she plans it out for like 3 weeks. It's heavy. dude.
That's amazing.
It's heavy.
I'm not exaggerating at all. We have no idea what we're going to eat for dinner. Literally half an hour before dinner. Every single day.
I know.
It's insane.
I completely get it. So, but it's weird to me too. I'm lucked out because I'm married to it, right? It's not me, but she will plan out 3 weeks of food and have
I think
everything.
she's calling now.
Okay, I'll snag that. Hey, is that you, babe?
It's me.
Hey. Okay. So I was giving you a compliment about how you plan out, and all of our meals are planned out, and it's like 3 weeks in a row. We happen to be a night that we're going out, and Andrea, I said, you pick, ladies' choice, and she's like, I'd really like to go to the barbecue place, Pig Floyd's. Let's go up there.
Good
So
spot.
I'm like, great, love that spot. Let's go up there. So we go up to Pig Floyd's, and I'm giving you all the details because I honestly have I'm just so you can be the detectives here.
All right.
So we go to Pig Floyd's. I see the owner. He sits at the table. We talk to him for a little while. I'd like to get them to maybe possibly be a watering hole or something,
Nice, yeah.
because I really enjoyed their brisket and their food, and it's yummy stuff, and it's odd barbecue. It's different. It's not quite like your traditional like, come on down and get some barbecue. It's not like that.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely got a Latin flair to it. So we go there. I have a couple beers. I eat my food. We come home. I get Maisie showered, cleaned up, ready. We tuck her in. We go to bed. I go downstairs to do what me and your son Max like to do, which is to collect I collect chests in Assassin's Creed. I'm going all around the map collecting chests and hoarding them. A listener then messaged me while I'm playing and says, you missed a chest in the upper left-hand corner, you motherfucker. He's fucking bullying me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I decide that I'm done with Assassin's Creed. Andrea's upstairs. And what were you watching, babe?
Selena, the series, part 2.
Yeah, and it's a hunk of shit.
Yeah,
It's really bad.
It's so good. Stop. I love her.
But the
It's so good.
casting is terrible.
It sounds like a woman type
except for
movie.
Selena. Selena looks like Selena, but everybody else is like dog shit.
Angelina will always be
It's
my
also
Selena.
sad, right?
Well, you know the
Why are you
ending.
making fun of my show?
Well, you know that where the ending's going, right?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
you know. So
I do, yes.
yeah, everybody does. So so she's up there watching that. I decide I'm going to watch a little bit of TV. I immediately forgot that I mowed through all of Invincible and there's nothing else to watch. So I'm just watching regular TVs. I have the luxury of doing that because I still have cable. On the TV comes a commercial for Humira.
Oh, shit.
Humira is a drug I believe you take for rheumatoid arthritis.
Okay.
So I'm watching this commercial, And I do have.
Is that old man in a bath?
No, this is the one where like everybody's like, and they're like skin problems, and if your joints swell, and they're going through all the different stuff, and they're saying like you can treat it, and then I'm like, well, wait a minute, because of my allergies, I've been itching a little bit. I got some skin things going. Now it's probably allergies, but I'm listening to this commercial, and they're talking about rheumatoid arthritis and skin issues, and then they're talking about your joints swelling, and I'm like, I got some joint pain, maybe. Oh my god! And then they're talking about like. Then I start Google. Then I instantly just pick up my phone without even really thinking about it, and I start. And I haven't done this for a hot minute. And I start. And you know me. You know I haven't been doing this. I've been better. Pick up the phone, and I start Googling rheumatoid arthritis. Then I start going through it, and I'm just ticking by. I'm like, got that, got that, got that, got that, got that, got. And I'm starting to do this, and I can feel it, and I'm getting hot. And you know this feeling, and it just starts to bubble, and it's getting hot, and I'm getting hot, and it's coming up.
It's like a devil blanket.
Yeah, it's a devil blanket.
Devil blanket.
That's fucking devil blanket. Yeah, that's what I call it.
That is fucking rheumatoid.
It's not just that; it's anything that you think of you have. The devil blanket just folds on you.
So there is a point where Andrea's going to take the story. She will get to talk. I promise you. So I'm just giving you up to my point. I'm already sweating right now, reliving this. Okay,
yeah. I'm sorry. By the way, in a way, I feel better because it's not me.
By the way,
look, it's okay if I'm going to bully you a little bit, then I'll bully myself to get back at myself.
You're getting these commercials because the only people watching cable are old people now. So all the commercials are all rheumatoid arthritis and catheters, and if you got colon cancer, so you got to cut the cord just to help.
I might. Yeah, I mean, this is the closest I've come to actually considering it. So I'm watching the Humira commercial. I've already started Googling. I'm getting hot. It gets to a point where I'm like, well, I don't feel good. I'm starting to feel bad. I'm starting to get anxiety. So I'm like, well, I'll just go to bed. So I turn the TV off, grab my phone, and I'm going up the stairs. As I'm going up the stairs...
Your knee gives out.
No, everything is starting to close in around me. And I'm like, oh, no, it's too far. It's too far. It's gone. The anxiety it's coming again. Oh, my God. That's fucking devil blanket chasing me up the stairs.
No, that's the devil's tunnel.
The devil's tunnel's coming to get me.
Oh, my God.
So I'm going up the stairs, and I get to the door. And then, Andrea, you take it from there.
Yep, so he gets to the door and he slams open the door, and mind you, again, I'm watching Selena, so I'm really into it, and he throws open the door and he goes, I think I have rheumatoid arthritis. And he's like, he really is. He's labor breathing, and I'm thinking, well, if you do, that's okay. You don't really die from that, right?
That's the last thing I remember you saying, by the way, is that it's manageable. I remember her saying it's manageable.
That's why I always look at
it. No, wait, you just fucking wait. So
then he walks over to his side of the bed, and he goes, I promise you, I didn't do anything else. I guess, I thought he, had a few more drinks, and he only had, 2 drinks at Pick Woods, and he's like, I promise, I didn't do anything else. And then
why didn't we get yelled at?
He starts to slump over on his side of the bed, and I thought he was just kind of going to his knees just to kind of, get his breath back. Well, then he falls on Maggie. Maggie is on the bed.
Oh, the dog. Okay, the dog is on the
bed. You gave the dog arthritis.
She goes, she goes, oh, and runs on the bed, and I'm looking at him, and I'm starting to get mad. I'm like, why did you just hurt the dog? You fell over. Why did you just hurt the dog?
I think
he was just kind of trying to get his breath back.
Yeah, I think you also thought that there was an element of me kind of fucking around, because I fuck around. You know?
Yeah.
And
you don't fuck around with this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, then I look over and I realize he's not really moving, and he's kind of sliding down to his knees to the bed, and his eyes are they're open, but they're going back and forth really fast. And I'm like,
oh my God.
I'm out. You passed out? I pass out.
He's out. He is out, and I start pushing him. I'm like, Daniel. I start.
She was screaming. She's like,
Daniel. He's not responding to me, and I'm kind of slapping him because I would think, if you're pushing somebody and slapping somebody, they're going to respond and be like, or just even murmur to me. Nothing. He is not, and so I get him under the armpits, and I throw him kind of onto the ground because I'm like, he needs to get blood back to wherever he is freaking out.
So she pushes.
So then he's on the ground.
Yeah, she pushed me off the bed. So
oh my God!
Wow. I'm collapsed. I'm laying on my back, right, and my eyes are wide open, and they're just going.
Wide open.
Like a slot machine.
And he's not talking to me, not anything. You know, like he was
Tom,
still
wait
like
for it.
talking
Wait
to
for
me.
it. Ready?
So
20
then I'm
seconds.
like-
At least 20 seconds. She says I was out.
Wow.
Oh yeah, and I start like I get on the ground and I start like really just you know. And then I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to call the emergency services because I can't get this guy. Like, and finally he like comes to, and he was like, I don't, and he kind of just can't get his words because he doesn't know what happened.
No, he just had a stroke.
And so he laid. So he came to, but he laid on the ground for a little while, and he's like, "Can you get me a washcloth?" And I was like, you start thinking about it, you're like,
Yeah, that's sexy. I just put it on my head.
What the fuck is that going to do?
I don't know.
It's like something you give a
I
baby.
didn't want to move.
Calm down.
I didn't want to move.
Oh, yeah.
Your washcloth.
So he laid there, with a cold washcloth, and then, and I'm thinking to myself, like, all because he thought he had rheumatoid arthritis? Like, I mean, what?
I don't know. It's
And
not
then
normal to
you
pass
get kind of mad, but
used
you're like you're mad, but you're super, like, nervous because of what just happened. I'm like, what? How did we get to this point?
There used to be a time where guys coming back from World War II.
I know. War heroes.
Didn't want to even tell their wives about the atrocities they saw, or like show emotion about
then
their
you got me.
PTSD.
Can you bring me a washcloth?
I saw a commercial and passed out.
I think I have arthritis.
I like how Seth's making fun
Well,
of me.
because I always go to is it manageable, and if it doesn't say death within 10 years, I'm usually okay with that. Halfway okay with it.
That's how he
spectrum.
measures.
This one's, if you think you have rheumatoid arthritis or cancer, same shit. It's still.
But babe, I was out for like 20 seconds, maybe a little bit more. You were super scared. You almost called 911. Maisie never woke up. Thankfully, I wouldn't. Oh my god, I never forgive myself if she saw that. And Maggie the dog is fine. So,
and so I just left you laying on the floor to figure yourself out and went back to watching Sleep.
That's true. That is true.
Well, I mean, I guess when you're
that
at
is true. It was actually, you know what? The show is better to listen to than it is to watch. I will say that. It wasn't bad from the floor with the washcloth. Not bad, because her music. Hey, you can say what you want to about the fucking shows. Selena's songs are amazing. She is really good.
So are you going to go to the doctor to see if you have arthritis?
You know what? I'm not, because I know what it was.
He needs to just go back to his therapist.
Yeah, I do. I need to go back to my therapist.
We should do dual therapy and make it cheaper to go.
I would do it.
My pop-up.
Oh my god!
My pop-up was still alive. I'm like, hey, my business partner fainted yesterday. He's like, oh, stage 4, brain tumor. No, he saw a commercial
but babe,
and fainted of fear.
I'm very sorry that I scared you. I apologize, and I love you, and I will go back to my therapist. I promise.
I love you too, and I'm glad you're okay. It was just really scary.
And thank you for taking care of me. Okay.
You're welcome.
All right.
I love you very much, and I will always take care of you.
Wow, that's a good wife. That's a good wife,
Okay.
man. My God.
All right. I'm going to eat that pussy.
That's what she wants. She doesn't want you to be mentally healthy. Eat the pussy.
Well, then that got me to
That
think.
was weird hearing that come out of Tom's mouth.
Yeah, I was
Got
going
it
to say,
right?
I've never heard that.
I know, that's not his
And
brand.
he whispered it too. He's like, eat the pussy.
Because he felt weird about it.
He felt weird.
It was off brand. He
awkward.
pulled it. He pulled the pussy.
Listen, anxiety is a real thing that people deal with, and that shit is debilitating. And,
It's terrible, dude.
And we all laugh at it because
You have to. It'll make it better if you laugh about it. It really will. I wanted to tell that story for you because I'm like, look, it could be that bad, with certain things, and it is bad. I know
Well, I
it
mean,
is.
it's bad.
But I'm just saying.
I didn't faint, but I've had episodes doing that to Tracy.
It's you know what it reminded me of, and there's only one show that's done it correctly, and it's Ted Lasso. That's the only show that's done anxiety correctly. If you watch that scene where he has the anxiety freak out in the club, remember when they go out partying?
Yeah,
it's perfect. It's
I've never seen it. I need to watch that.
Plus, it's a heartwarming show. Watch that show.
What is it?
It's called Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso.
It's awesome. It's about soccer, but it's a comedy. It's super funny.
You know what they
Trying to go to Liverpool.
They
Yankee club.
And they did it right though. The whole tunnel vision where he's like, I don't know where to go, and the labored breathing, and the and it's rapid fire fast. Rapid fire fast.
You know what they usually don't address in like shows and movies and stuff? They'll show the anxiety attack and they'll represent that, and like they'll like, hey, it's a normal thing. People have anxiety attacks. But they won't really show the lifelong living with anxiety that people have to do and treat, like if they're an alcoholic or whatever it is. It's like a lifelong, like keeping it under bay or dealing with it. It's not just like, oh, you have an anxiety attack and then you're back to normal and you're good to go.
No, because then you're constantly thinking about it, and that can itself trigger another one.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Even talking about this, I'm
nervous.
You have to
because you
drenched.
think about it.
Daniel literally said this analogy the other day, but it's like an alcoholic dealing. Like you have, like once you're an alcoholic, that's it forever.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you have to
thing.
stay, like at least treat that problem that your brain has forever.
I don't think there's
fine.
I don't
You
think
can
there's-
do it.
I don't think there's a good me without therapy, and I've taken a little bit of a break, only because they moved offices. No real reason other than like just life got in the way, laziness, whatever you want to call it. But I don't think there's a me out there without therapy. I don't think that's a good me. And I started thinking about this for you guys.
But keeping yourself healthy, exercise. You do exercise every day. That helps you, dude.
But it scared me that with you guys, like, what if something happens? And then, like, I can't be here to run this. I mean, I don't even know if you guys could get this up and running. And I've talked about this for a while now where I need to write everything down. So just in case, God forbid I, get sick or whatever, or God forbid I die, that you guys could do this. So I put together a little something for you. And this is just try this and see if this would work. I think this is going to be the easiest way to do things. Like, we need to prepare because we're a legitimate business. Hello, Sam. Possibly Tom, and
insert new employee name here.
Welcome to the He Finally Did It Studio Startup Program. Let's begin. It's gonna be easy for you guys to learn it like this, I feel.
Okay.
It's like a corporate video.
To the right of the console desk is the main iMac. You wanna make sure that's turned on. Hey! You're gonna need that for editing and videos and camera. Then you wanna load up OBS. That's the free program that we need for our video stream. Hey! But we can't forget the podcast. We need to boot the old machine. There's a lot that goes on in here. There's a lot that you don't know. Now that I'm dead, who's gonna run the show? So by now, both the iMac and the old machine are booted. You're going to want to access screen sharing and then connect them both using the hostname. Then start GarageBand on the old machine and connect the Focusrite interface. Now that you've gained all access, you want to open up the template labeled master file. And never save over this, because that could be disastrous. There's a lot that goes on in here. There's a lot that you don't know. Now that I'm dead, who's going to run the show?
There you go. This concludes course 1 of 15. There you go. That's the first one. So now you can get these two machines on and GarageBand loaded for there.
That's a lot of info I had to try to digest there.
Well, I gave you guys, I sent you all a copy
send me
of that.
the MP3, yeah.
Yeah, I just
then
sent you
listen to it over and over. You'll memorize the song.
It's easier to do it like that.
I just wrote down Higher Angel. He'll know. I have thought about that. Like, if something does,
we need
although it most likely is going to be me because you'll catch anything. Like, I'll just have straight blood diarrhea and be like, that should be checked out, and then I'll wait too long, and by the time they do, they'll be like, oh,
I don't think so.
Stage 5.
You think so?
Yeah,
you before me? No way.
Oh, yeah, dude.
No way.
100% because the amount.
We should do Ultimate Deadpool.
Well, you go to the doctor often enough to check out anything that's wrong. You got a cardiologist, you got everything. So I do try to go once a year for like annual blood tests. But other than that, like heart hurts all the time, and like
your heart hurts all the time.
That's not good, man.
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh,
physically or emotionally, you're both.
No, it's just like a chest pain. And I'm like, tingling my arm and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I shake it out, and then I'm like,
shake it off.
And then I'm like, pretend that didn't happen. That's how I move on.
When is the last time you guys have passed out? I know yours, right? Didn't you hit the wall?
Doing a whip it at 19 years old.
Yeah, well, that was more of a drunken stumble into a wall.
Right,
But I did almost pass out at BJ's warehouse when I got too high. I told you guys that one.
You can pass out by being too high?
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have a fucking anxiety attack.
Oh, because
that'll happen.
I fainted at a punk rock show in the parking lot after I smoked a bowl in my buddy's car. Like, I fainted onto the hood. That was literally 17 years old. That was the last time I fainted.
That's a tough motherfucker. Oh, my God.
It would have been the last time.
I vowed to never do it again.
Who faints that often?
That was the last day I had emotion.
My buddy has a fainting problem, and he doesn't know what it's like. He fainted in college a bunch of times, and then fainted in high school. Like I remember in front of the sub shop one day, he was sitting there. He's
his
like,
legs?
No, he was sitting down. He's like, I feel weird, and then he's like, yeah,
I
feel weird.
and then he fainted and fell down. They called the ambulance because no one knew. And he just faints randomly, and then it happened as an adult. He gone to the neurologist.
He's like those goats.
No one could figure out why.
I think this is connected to what my dad. Remember the story about my dad in the bathroom after his friend told him about his brain tumor, and my dad fell. He was like he got woozy when you were talking about
anxiety
something.
Can make you faint.
and it just made him faint. And he broke his nose and busted his front teeth. I think that's exactly what it did, and I'm very much like my dad. So I think that was just my version of that. And if I remember correctly, he would have been closer to my age when that happened. So if this is going to be the new one for me, well, you listeners are in for a lot of treats.
You gotta.
We need to get you a life alert.
No, you need a helmet.
I do need a helmet. I have one. I mean, I know. I've been wearing it around here.
I got one for the kids for sparring.
You're not living your life in a helmet.
Just walking around with a helmet on.
I can't
Special Bluetooth headphones in the helmet.
I'm gonna start hiding. Put a box over. I think he's behind the box. Don't look at him.
You want to take a little break?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll take a little break. See what music. Plug something while I pull up this music, my friend.
Real quick, people putting gas in plastic grocery bags. That's not real, right? That's a picture trolling picture.
No,
right?
my friend. I know my friend, personal guy. It's his camera, and he's talking on it, filming somebody filling up Tupperware, like 4 or 5 things of Tupperware.
And then
this is in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Florida.
I mean, if that's all you had, I could see somebody doing that.
Well, come on, that's mental illness, right?
No, that's stupid.
But I think it's beyond that, because if they own a car, like they had it enough together to get the funds to buy, like how could they just put gas in Tupperwares? Like, what do they plan on doing with it? Then pouring it into their gas into their car in the Tupperware?
Yeah, you got a funnel, bro.
I feel like this is absurd. Like
it is absurd for sure.
But like they're doing it to troll, or they're like, do they?
But there's a lot of these. I think there's enough people where you can get like at least one of these. What about the girl that's pumping the gas into the Tesla? Or there's all kinds of different little things, and some of those are gonna be real.
Yeah. It's just,
and the one that you're talking about.
How is it possible?
The one that you're talking about, and I know it because we referenced it yesterday, and the fact that we're looking at the same things on Facebook, the algorithm, like ours is like very much aligned.
It just spreads everywhere.
Yeah, but this that was an older woman, wasn't it, with like a bigger grandma ass, and she's filling the bags. That's what I saw as like a grandma.
I'm talking about just the picture of all.
Oh no, I saw a video.
I saw a video of it.
Yeah, I saw the video.
I saw the video of like a grandma filling, and I'm like, that looks real because that looks like a real grandma, and I don't think most grandmas.
The Rubbermaid tubs.
No matter how much they love their grandson, I don't think the grandma's going to say, I'll be a part of a viral video. Right. Okay, pump the gas all over my sandals. I don't think they're going to do that.
Well, in the video, she sprung a leak in the first bag and double bagged it, and then she put it in the back of her car.
Yeah, always double bagged.
It's so hard for me to be like, God, what was her even rationale? Like, I understand that she like is panicking over some fake internet gas shortage, but then she filled up the bags thinking, what was her end game? Like, she was going to take those bags home and then
light her husband on
pour
fire.
them into their car as she needed. Like,
well, if we don't know what she wanted to do with them.
Maybe she wanted to huff it.
Yeah, maybe she wanted to burn her car down. Maybe she wanted to burn her house down. Like, I mean, we don't know. She could be doing anything, right?
Yeah.
What do you think people were thinking when you were walking around with a cardboard cutout of Travis?
Well,
he's gonna go home and fuck that thing. Like, that's what I think most people would think.
It was all under the gas shortage thing. That's what I'm saying. It's like, obviously she I don't know.
Where are we with that? Pipeline's open. It was hacked. Is that?
I think it's back open. They paid the ransom. It was only $5 million, by the way. I thought that was pretty low.
Yeah, you're right. You think of because
it's like Dr. Evil saying $1 million.
Yeah. I was like,
but make it doable.
A little bit more, but
make it doable and get the fuck out of the hack.
They make that like 10 minutes. You know, like it's crazy.
Yeah, but I think it is that Dan's right. You make it at a price that they're not going to hesitate because they're like, yeah, whatever. We're losing that an hour. You know, so it's like just pay them and move on. But anyway, I'm like. Some of those has got to be fake though. Like they have to be just picture trolls to like
There is so much fake shit on TikTok that's just all fake.
Yeah.
Well, this is social media.
But everything is just like, it's just so many people. And you know what I'd like to do? I would love to see the numbers on number of wigs purchased now and number of wigs purchased before social media. Because we are some wig-wearing motherfuckers on social media. Like, everybody's got plethoras of costuming and wigs and wizard robes.
I wish rear wigs were back in style. I really do.
What kind of wigs?
Like wigs that I could get away with wearing. Like
like
hair,
male
wigs.
You could get a wig that no one would know.
Because I would totally do it.
Oh, please come in here with a wig.
You could get a wig, dude. You could get a wig that no one knows.
Let's get a sponsorship for Wig Villa.
If we bought you a high-end wig, would you rock it for just for the show?
I would wear it the whole day.
No, come on.
Let's do this. You get gifted this and you're going to say, no, come on?
No, I'm just saying.
I'm going wig shopping with you, brother.
Yeah.
I would do it. Because I'd love to see myself with a nice, like, your hair on my head.
Yeah, he's got good hair.
We're going to get the glue down one for him. You know,
but those are great. There's a guy, the DJ, actually, he's bigger than a DJ. He started as a DJ, and he ended up being the music. He's in charge of all of the music on the Peloton platform. And his name is John Michael. He's DJ John Michael, but he worked his way up. Now he's like a bigwig, and he's in charge of all of their music content for the company. And he's a bald dude, and he went and he showed on social media that he got to go shit?
No, Seth farted in my face as he walked by.
He did say he had to go to the bathroom real bad.
Like quack like a duck as he always like.
Oh, he's gonna shit his pants. It's his goddamn bird seed
He's
smoothie.
got 25 protein shakes.
Yeah, why does he have so many?
Why do you need that many protein shakes?
Well, apparently it makes him shit his pants. He literally farted into my face.
And
then walk farted.
He's trying to block it.
He shit his white shorts.
He blammered in your face.
Oh my god! Fuck! It's just that guy with a good wig.
Okay.
Let's just play the song.
Okay.
Doesn't fucking matter. This is Mags. The name of the song is "Choked Out." I thought it was kind of fitting. Choked out, passed out, whatever. We'll be right back.
Trouble seeps into the blood till all the color runs out. Karma takes me by the throat, but I like to get choked out. Feel the love, don't be.
Welcome back to K92 FM. This is Big Frog Tom Van with Big Friday Morning. Welcome back to Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
Tom, so we come up with these ideas, and then I have to talk to other grown businessmen about them, which I don't think about when we come up with the idea and we're ordering the magnets.
I also would like to take this opportunity to confess to you that when we were sort of separating our job areas, I never knew that you would saddle all of that responsibility alone. And I'm sorry.
So a while back, I can't remember even how this started, but I don't even know it was like us fucking around on the show or.
Well, normally it is.
Yeah,
Sam has a good memory. Do you remember when we were
trying to recall?
The first incarnation of Magnuts.
So don't hold that up. Put that down.
We somehow got to the point where we thought it would be funny to have ballsack shaped magnets.
No, you know what I think
with our faces on them
might have happened. I believe we were on Twitch. I thought we were on Twitch.
You gave me two on accident.
Yeah, they're thin magnets. Well, they stick better if they're a little thin, and they're better for your paint. But I think maybe did one of us mispronounce it?
I don't think so. I think it was we were thinking about a promotion for the Griff truck.
Yeah.
And we were talking about possibly leaving magnets on them and putting them at different sponsors' locations and we're like, we should get a special magnet just for the Griff truck. And I think Dan just said, what if we did Magnuts? I think it was just that easy.
Yeah.
It's just that easy.
And then we laughed. Then Tony Palmiotti came up with the design. Then we laughed and laughed.
Well, Tony didn't like this at all because, like, Tony, like, when we've asked Tony a lot to draw a lot of dicks and do a lot of balls and stuff like that. And when you come from I'm trying to say this politely. When you come from a different generation.
Yeah.
When you're set in your ways.
Yeah.
To draw cartoon scrotum and then put your friends' faces in them, and your bosses.
These people pay you, yeah.
These
he
people
was in Vietnam, right?
Tony? Yeah, absolutely. 61st Cap Division. And I can always feel when he's like, oh, fuck, they're going to make me draw more penises. Oh, God. Oh, with the dick and balls. Oh. And he hates it. It smells like shit in here. God damn, it smells like shit in here. Wow. Again,
it's coming through the
cracks. I'm not working here anymore because it's coming on me, and you guys are playing some fucking big ass pranks. This motherfucker's doing it. Look, Butler's laughing.
Yeah, it does think.
It smells like
it's you, dude. You smell so bad.
What happened? Well, on the way out.
He said you glamoured in his face.
You saw me run out when you guys were talking. I had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
so
obviously.
So I
didn't think I was at a goat farm.
I shit on the way out of here.
What?
I farted, but it was a lot of farts.
I shit in your lobby, bro. Javier's out there cleaning it up. He's my bitch.
I crop dusted pretty bad as I walked. I was like,
you shit yourself.
Dude,
it smells fucking terrible in here.
I'm gonna wear a mask on the show. And I thought they lifted the mask.
He's got white shorts on.
White shorts.
Dude, I can't work like this. It's terrible.
Damn it.
It smells like street.
But I don't know why it would still stink. That was a while ago.
It wasn't that long ago, dude, because those songs aren't that long.
I'm squeezing a little bit. So
God damn.
This is what all the Magnuts. Anyway, so we distributed these at all of our watering hole locations. So it's at Johnny's. It's at West End, Celery City, Tuffy's. Where else? EJ Bug Nutty Brewing.
EJ?
Yeah, because we're being gassed out of here. Dude, it's terrible. Did you flush?
Dude, I
went in there.
It didn't smell that bad in the bathroom.
No, because there's something.
It doesn't. Yeah, it comes through the fan.
It comes through the fucking fan.
I didn't shit in the bathroom. I held it.
I'm hot.
Because I felt. Oh God, he's taking everything off.
It's coming through the fan. It's bad. Okay. Magnuts.
The thing is, I still have to poop and it's still in there, so it's slipping out little by little.
Oh my God. He's hotbox in the studio.
It's the shakes. It's the bougie.
You gotta knock that shit off.
Yeah, it's all the biotics. So quit with the biotics.
You're lucky I didn't do that.
And then Butler's over here drinking a fucking soda called Poopy prebiotic soda.
This is ridiculous.
We got the shit brothers on the couch.
I wish I worked at a mechanic.
Yeah.
There'd be some bad shits there, though, too.
You know what smells good, though? You could always walk into the lobby and smell the fresh tires, and that'll reset it.
That's true.
Fresh tires will reset it. Dude,
it's like the coffee bean smell.
Look, you got problems in your nose and you can't get the smell out, go to Ace Hardware. That shit smells good.
I didn't step on shit when I was outside.
So, anyway, if you want a Magnut, go by...
we need to have a studio candle or something.
Don't you have a candle, Butler?
Yeah, with Black Bamboo.
Black Bamboo?
And
that'll mess with my asthma. Please
ask for a Magnut. Also, we have a Tom and Dan branded party patch at each of our watering hole locations.
Yeah.
Currently, they have them all now, so if you're listening to this, go by, take a picture and put it on the social media too. Also, Eric has about 150, and he's putting one in every order. So if you order a coloring book, any merch item, you'll get a Magnut.
Yep. You want to do some news?
And by the way, they're super embarrassing to have in your car. Travis put one on the back of my truck as a little prank, and I picked up my son's, or I think I dropped off my sons at school with it.
Did they see it?
No, they didn't.
You know, if you put two of them together, it's a dog bone.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yeah. Thinking fast.
Would you look at that?
Get the dog
or
bone
a
thing going
ballsack
again.
bow tie.
Ballsack bow tie. You know what? That's the next merch.
There's no such thing as a ballsack.
That's the name of the show.
It is now, motherfucker.
You could have just said bow tie. Also, I had to talk to grown adult men about how we wanted to distribute these in their establishments.
Whatever you do, don't just start handing out the nuts wild. Make people ask for the Magnut.
They will not be at my dojo.
And then I always do this thing where I breeze past all the details of it. I'm like, hey, we're just giving you the things. We're gonna mail you. Just give them out. I don't know.
Things to give out the thing.
And then I blame it. I'm like, there's these things I don't even understand it because I try to play it off like
they're like these things that people give us and we gotta give them out, but it's for you. But it's the thing with the guy, and I'm doing it, but I'm not doing it
because I'm embarrassed to tell them.
But if you don't like this, then call Dan.
Ballsack magnets. Anyway, all right, let's do some news.
99 MRIs trying to prove he's gonna die. The CD is kicking in with every new hit at the gym. He laid out Kimbo with an attack, but
Bro News.
I thought that people stopped fanning their burps at other people in middle school, but apparently it's
not bullies. Bullies still do it.
They fan everything.
He burped at me.
The chopper. The chopper.
Oh my
He goes,
God.
and
It's a gas off on this.
We got Danny DeVito.
Sorry, I apologize.
Danny DeVito, Sylvester Stallone on the couch here. Chop each other to pieces.
Seth News brought to you by Precision Central. Oh, sorry. God damn it. Precision Door Central.
Precision, God damn it.
You've been
Precision
messing shit up today.
Door. I know. Every single commercial. Sorry. Precision Door of Central Florida. They're looking to hire. If you want to work for a good company, talk to them because they are hiring techs like crazy right now.
Well, Tracy's looking for a job.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
definitely.
God.
Send her.
Well, hey.
I keep telling her to do this.
Tell her to sign up.
I tell her what to do, then make
Tell
money,
her,
and she doesn't
tell her
do
to
it.
sign up and do this because suddenly I have a problem with my garage door.
More for bearded fat.
Yeah,
But hey,
I would not want her to do that. I'd rather be TikTok and stuff.
hand dancing.
Yeah, she can make tons of money if she just doesn't want it. I appreciate her.
What if she wanted to start an OnlyFans?
I support it 100%.
You would what if it was horribly graphic?
Dude, we talked to a girl that just does burping.
Solo.
That's 100% fine.
Yeah, but she does burping on OnlyFans. Remember
Yeah,
the professional?
Oh,
burping?
Tracy would do all her burps. Sorry, Tracy, if I'm calling you out. And
Well, no, there's a whole fetish for this.
Yeah, this lady does commission videos of just burping.
And there's no nudity. She doesn't do anything weird. She does
Really?
yoga.
Yeah.
She'll burp while she's doing yoga.
But
She'll burp.
my
she
God.
did say she's like they asked me to wear swimsuits and I do that.
And I do swimsuits,
Well,
but they
that's
also ask me to dress as little tiny Hitler Youth, and I will not do that. They'll ask.
Her
I mean, you
boobs
could
are
ask
amazing.
anything, right?
Yeah.
Her boobs are
Her
amazing.
burps
Oh,
are
Mike, sorry,
like, way better and louder than mine. It's a lot.
First story.
Yeah. A Michigan woman nearly lost her vision last week after she mistook a bottle of nail glue for eye drops.
Oh, man. I knew a girl in college that, for whatever reason, her dad repurposed a Visine bottle and put bleach in it, and she went blind in one eye.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Or no, it wasn't Visine. Sorry, it was her contact solution bottle. So it was like a bigger bottle.
I used to do that with
So
five.
now she's blind in one eye.
What would be the point of that?
I have
You
no
got my
idea.
teeny tiny bleach bottle for my hamster to do laundry.
It felt like a setup to me, but she said it wasn't. I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like
You let her really love your dad to not say that's a setup
Right?
after that shit.
I put my bleach in your eyedropper and I left it back in your kit. Like, why would you do that?
I don't know.
I used to do that with 5 Hour Energy on GHB.
Oh my god.
You know what? It's worth the news just for that little tidbit. I feel like that's an even change.
You know those little bottles. Anyway, the woman said she went to sleep with her contact lenses in, but woke up at 1 a.m. and wanted to take them out because her eyes were dry. She said reached inside her purse and grabbed what she believed to be eye drops, but instead she took a similarly size.
It's coming! Tracy, get out! Get out!
Tracy, help him!
God damn it!
He left his belt!
He's shitting his pants and he can't talk anymore. He's 75 years old.
It's fast! It's cheese!
Man, this shit comes fast.
Damn it! White bottle of nail glue, which she typically uses to repair broken fingernails.
Oh, man.
I was like, oh my goodness, and it dropped in my eye, and I tried to
racist,
wipe
that's
it.
racist.
That's not racist.
I was like, Lord have mercy, I
didn't say that. I don't know what she looks like. I'm just saying what I think of
Well,
her.
I mean,
That's a racist
you're
part.
connecting the dots.
Just stop talking. What do you mean? Don't explain
You
it
can't do that.
because it's a racist
explain your
anymore.
logic.
You explain it, you're losing.
I have no idea what it looked like. I just said the racist voice because that's what I assumed.
Nails super glue in the eyes, and she says, Lord of mercy, I'm just...
She said, oh my goodness.
But you said it like, oh my goodness, you're gonna love Miss Ellie's mango salsa.
It dropped in my eye, and I tried to wipe it away, and it sealed it shut.
Ooh.
I just started throwing cold water. Well, that's the worst thing to do. Cold water seals it tighter, I think.
Yeah.
For hot water.
You gotta do that with ejaculate.
Don't get it in your eyelashes.
Well, don't do it. You gotta go cold. You gotta go the coldest water you can get. It'll come right out.
Otherwise, it'll melt and infuse your eyelashes.
Yeah,
together.
absolutely. If you use hot water, you're basically boiling your sperm like you would an egg, and it'll stick to your. It sticks to my leg hairs. I can't get it down. Then I gotta use like one of Maisie's toys to scrape it off my fucking legs.
She said she was just throwing cold water and trying to rip her eyes apart. Is what she said. But I couldn't.
Well, that just sounds insane.
You're making it worse.
You didn't have to do that. You could have tried to stay calm. You know, like even when I was passing out, there was a point where when I was coming to where I was scared, you know, like freaking out. But I realized, like, the best thing I can do is to lay there and try to calm my, right? You're not going to do it. You start pulling your eyes apart. You're just ripping your eyelids off.
You're going to let the rheumatoid take you over.
I asked my wife the other night, I said, what would happen if you, in my sleep, if you decided that you wanted to slice my eyelids off?
Jesus.
These are the kind of discussions we have before we go to bed. I did. I asked her, I go, what would I always be, like, oh, I can never go to sleep? Like, what would happen?
Why do I imagine Seth's girlfriend and Andrea talking at a grocery store at the frozen food aisle secretly?
Well, then they fall in love.
Handmaid's Tale style.
But then they fall in love, and it's like an unconventional, like, LGBTQ, romance, because they're like, we'll be free if we come together and use our powers of just kindness and love and intelligence without these two people to drag us down. We'll have a better life. Is that what you were writing? It's like a good kind of more of an alternative Hallmark.
So the nail polish remover or whatever.
No, it's nail glue.
Nail glue. Okay, nail glue. Yeah. Is it similar shape and size of an eyedropper?
That's the word he was trying to say and couldn't get it out. So yes.
Seems like
similarly
in a world where we're super litigious, they wouldn't do that in case of this particular scenario, or make it a little weirdo shaped.
Yeah,
that way people are like,
feeling.
yeah, because you pick up, every eyedropper is about the same. Like make it a T or like do something.
Well, like
put some ridges,
like the
shape of a skull.
Well, Ruffles has ridges. The ones that you and I like are the Roto.
Yeah.
They are very hard to
open the top. Yeah.
Well, but they're also very you see that bottle and you know exactly what it is. Also, you can't refill it.
Yeah, and it just seems like you would do something to. It's kind of like they made what is it called, antifreeze with a weird smell because what is that? Because
dogs, it was too sweet.
Yeah, for dogs, right? Or animals.
Yeah, because animals would taste it and it had a sweet taste and they'd continue to eat it until they died.
And then didn't they put something in there so it didn't taste so sweet, so that animals?
They put Jason's mom sauce from Tijuana Flats.
And then like people were killing their husbands with that and stuff. They put in their tea.
Yeah. So I don't know what brand it was, but it does kind of look like your regular eye drop.
I'm surprised.
That looks like super glue to me too, though.
It
looks like a small package of super glue.
Yeah, small super glue looks just like
that. But that looks
like the 3-pack.
But this is a dropper. I mean, it has a dropper.
That looks exactly like a Visine, like a maximum redness eyedropper. Like I have some of those.
Still a little bit of a dodo scenario, though. I mean, not looking at what you're doing.
Yeah, but in the middle of the night,
she woke up. Yeah, that's the thing. She's probably half asleep.
Like this is more believable. You remember that other story that?
But I also don't understand if she was waking up to take her contacts out. Why the hell was she putting eye drops in? You just take your contacts out and put them in the
maybe
contact
your eyes are so dry from leaving her contacts.
It's easier to get out when it's dry.
I've seen my wife do this move where like her contacts are stuck because they're so dry, so she'll wet them to kind of like loosen.
Yeah, maybe if it was like going up behind the eyelid.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe she was like trying to lubricate it before she took them out.
The doctor said that the contacts probably saved her vision though, because when she dropped it was a block. It was a blocker from her eyes.
Shielded her eyeball.
Sealed
it.
That's a curious story, but I'm at least glad that she's not totally blind. At least she saved one eye.
You think
lost her eyelashes, but
you think this
causes that? Yeah, you don't need eyelashes. Just give me the sight.
You think she's got a legitimate some sort of suit with this?
I don't know. That's user error.
What are you thinking? Like,
it depends on how many other people have done this, and then them not change. That's the whole point. It's like if this has happened dozens and dozens of other times, and the company didn't do anything to change it, then maybe that's like the hot coffee deal. It's like when there's 1,000 other complaints, and then you still didn't change it, you're actually negligent. Then
the lady that glued her hair down with the Gorilla Glue, she tried to sue, but that head.
But that was ridiculous.
She got tons of money anyway from people giving her money on the.
I kind of want to take Gorilla Glue and put it in my hair and then form my hair to a huge like a pencil point.
When you guys
like a troll,
and then let it stay and then just leave it like.
When you guys get me the wig, I'll Gorilla Glue it to my head.
All right.
Let's go back to. Can we go back to the wig in the middle of news? What kind of wig do you want? Short, long,
mullet?
Mullet would be cool.
See?
No, I want something that'll actually pass, so you can actually think it's legit.
I'm not cutting my
like
hair
what your
anymore.
old hair used to look
I'm
like,
not cutting my hair anymore. Grow your hair out, dude. I'm growing my hair out.
No,
Get like a Dutch boy.
He's got full
like
bozo.
I'll look like Gozo.
Gozo.
I look like
in Mortal
I
Kombat.
look
You
like
can be Gozo.
Goro if I do that.
So you
Grow
can't.
it out.
They have good hair restoration stuff.
Yeah.
Like you could do that.
Yeah, I got it in some info from Rust one time.
No, but that was a long time. They got
that was
good
back in the
stuff.
day when the guy do it. It looked like like it looked like.
I feel like I'm too far gone for that to work.
No,
now.
dude.
No, back in the day, you would go and then they slice it with a scalpel. The doctor looks like Charlie Daniels.
Let's get him like an emo cut hair.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. I'd like that.
I mean, you have to spend some money, but if you do, dude, you get the Steve
got money.
Carell.
But will it still keep growing normally again? Like
yes,
yeah,
because it's real
now
hair.
you have to do with how far it's gone. You're gonna have to do a lot, but over like a year, they can get it all back, and then they'll take.
Really?
Yeah, dude,
It's fucking amazing, man.
and then they take your pubes or something. And they take other parts.
I am not. No, I think
take it from my.
I think they take it from your ass.
Ass hair?
I think it's ass hair.
Whoa.
It only goes like that.
Because hold on. Because hold on.
Mine goes longer.
Can they do
Yo,
it?
dog, you got an ass headed.
Like, could George Costanza get good hair restoration? Like,
Yeah.
is there enough to work with the
He'd
boat?
get plugs, and then you would get PRP on top of that, which is platelet regenerative medicine.
Yeah, but does he
any of this stuff make me?
But does he have enough plugs in his bozo to like reseed the top to make it?
Yeah, because you're just gonna reverse your bozo. You're gonna take all the plugs out, but you're gonna have no hair down here.
Well, no, you'll just have a lot of hair on the very
on the very top,
and you
It'll
look
be
like
a top
Bert
knot.
from
That'd be
Sesame
cool.
Street.
Dude, my buddy
It's
got
the Bert look.
my buddy had a bad widow's peak, and they took random plugs. It was one of our sponsors.
Yeah,
it was the only person
he-
that used it.
He did a really
But
good job.
Central Florida Hair Restoration, and they took it randomly out of the back where you couldn't tell, and they just put it where his widow's peak went. Dude, it looks perfect.
Yeah,
It
but
literally.
I got more of a widow's peak now. I mean, I can grow it in the middle here.
Yeah, you got full suit.
I'd like to see
All right,
what you
what
would
is that
look like with hair.
patch?
Would you
Gerber
dye it
patch.
pink again?
No, I would not. That's what messed up to begin with, I think.
You think so? Did you do it yourself?
Yeah, but I was good at it. By then, I was
It's
so
just
good at it.
male pattern baldness.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just genetics. you
Yeah.
know? It's
All
the same
that-
thing with everything.
It might be
Like-
all that tea you're pumping into your thighs and the.
No, I can't.
that happens too, dude. That accelerates it. It may be
Yeah.
the early tea.
Yeah. Early tea.
Because I had a lot of it at the beginning. I exploded with tea.
Yeah. Dude, it does cause.
It was like
blows your hair out.
It was like a rocket, and then it went.
Did you get back hair and stuff when you're on
Yeah.
the tea?
No,
Okay.
when I was younger, no, I got back knee.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
ass knee too.
Yeah, pimple ass.
Ew, God, I get that just from.
I was embarrassed. I went to the doctors and they
I get that
called me
from
out.
just sitting on my ass all the time.
The hot.
It's just like I got jeans on and I got underwear and then my ass is like, we're making some bumps.
We're in the business of making
Yeah.
some bumps.
God damn, it's hot. You know what helps?
You know what? I'm gonna make some bumps. Hey, you guys want to kill some time? This little motherfucker writing some dumb song about some dumb shit. Let's make some bumps. Let's make his ass look terrible to his head. You know what? And you know what would be funny? Let's make the bumps and then have his daughter see him, and then she won't clown him about it. Oh, amazing! Your butt is so red. Ew.
Jesus.
I love that your daughter bullies you. It's my favorite fucking thing.
She goes at me hard.
I saw it in person.
She goes hard.
and
I'm
it
like, give
was my
Daddy a
favorite.
kiss this morning. She's
I was
like, your
super
breath
self-conscious.
smells disgusting. Because she can't say
Oh
disgusting.
yeah, Mo Max tells me he's like your breath smells like hot beef.
Oh,
Our kids are ready to make a show. It's Max and Maisie in the mornings.
Yeah. Tommy's nice.
How does he
he's
even
the
know what
producer.
beef smells
He's the
like? He's a
producer.
vegetarian.
He just
He's
says
the
it.
producer.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
You need
Yeah.
the young producer that Max and Maisie can bully Tommy as he's running the board and firing off the sound effects like Chan.
And they also full on call farts blammers now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
And
awesome.
Crystal taught him
Yeah,
that,
I'm
and
so
now
happy.
it's the
I like that.
Max is a mini
Maisie
sub.
still uses toot.
Next story.
But she did. We'll get to it. Oh, shit. God, sorry.
A 25-year-old was arrested for alleged reckless driving, but told reporters that riding in the back seat isn't dangerous and he will continue to do it. A motorist was arrested after an officer observed him in the back seat of a Tesla traveling on San Francisco Bay freeway. He was arrested for alleged reckless driving and disobeying a police officer, the highway patrol said. So he was in the back seat driving his self-driving car. Like, he wasn't in the front seat.
Yeah. I saw this. I thought there was a sensor in the Tesla's driver's seat that would not continue to go if there was not a human present in that seat.
Maybe he's putting books or like a bowling
sandbag.
ball.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
can
he
you
had to be
override
like
that?
the Home Alone thing, like strings attached. Because even Jen's Hyundai, like she has the hands-free thing.
Yeah.
It'll beep after a while if you don't put your hands
Mine
back on the
does
steering
that,
wheel.
and it's not perfect.
But you
No, not at
can
all.
sit in a Tesla and not touch anything in the driver's seat, and it will drive itself, right?
It says
to a certain degree.
This guy's a D-head.
It's likely that either...
This is the second time he's been arrested.
Yeah. He said he'll still keep doing it. But it's likely...
He says, I have unlimited money to blow on Teslas. If you take away my Tesla, I'll just get another Tesla. That's how it works.
This guy's
an
kinda
asshole.
I like him. No, I like him.
He reminds me of that.
Why?
That's cool.
I mean, he reminds me of that guy that bought the medicine that... Remember that guy that bought the medicine that everybody needed and he jacked the price up?
Yeah.
Like that's the
EpiPens,
it's that fucked up attitude of just like...
Well, couldn't they just take his license away and then he couldn't...
Yeah, absolutely. But
of course,
I guess what this guy's saying
I'm
is
not driving. Yeah,
he's just like, I'm not driving. So
Yeah,
what
but
the
they'll just arrest you for you because
this
you
is
still
gonna
need
end-
you
still need a license to buy a vehicle. Right?
It's going to end poorly for you.
Sitting in the back seats with a hand like this is my own rules. That
Yeah.
will get you. They'll
people are
fucking punch your ass in jail.
the chat
Judge's gonna
room.
steamroll you.
The
Yeah.
chat room. Somebody says, "Fuck this dude, rich entitled fuck nut." Yeah, I agree. And people are
100%.
getting like a little, like I don't know. I think we're gonna hit a point at some point with these influencers like flinging their money around and acting like fucking rich dickheads.
Yeah.
And because not everybody, in fact, the vast majority of people are not rich dickheads. You know, like
but that's what people. That's been going on for years.
It has.
It's like,
It has, but maybe like I don't know like the Pauls, the Paul brothers, all this, like these guys. It's not. It's a weird thing when your quote heroes are almost like anti-heroes too. They're not good.
Yeah, but it's I
people.
think it's just like when you used to rap about how much money you have and wasting and like people like that. You like to listen to people brag about their money and how rich they are and how they could just fucking buy whatever car they want and burn it down if they wanted to. Like that was a thing in hip hop, right?
Yeah.
It still is.
I mean, even in everything, right? Even rock and roll and
it's a
music
version
artists breaking their guitars on stage and stuff like
Right.
that.
It's a version of that, and then I think
but
the
like-
generation that are following these people are like, look how rich he got it. He's
but
doing
it's-
fucking around.
It is a little different in the fact though that like our heroes, like if you looked at like punk rock bands and stuff like that, it's like acting crazy on stage, saying crazy things on stage, acting out on stage. Like fighting for political freedom is a little different than like doing something that could potentially like your car
people.
could
you're right.
careen
This-
off the whatever and kill a bunch of people or something.
I
It's a
just
little
read more
different.
of the stuff that he said and was quoted. These guy's an asshole.
I told you.
God, for you to say
Also,
that.
like,
What-
I didn't
what
see
a
anywhere.
dickhead.
I didn't see anywhere in the article, but do you know where he has his money from? Because he says he has a ton of money. He's only 25, right?
Yeah.
Who
I
is
don't-
it? What's his name?
I don't
All I
drive
keep
and I
seeing
don't
his
have
name
to
is
fill up my
Sharp.
own gas. I'm a gold collar.
Is it
Gold
just some?
collar.
Instead of blue collar, white collar, he's gold collar.
Okay, excuse me.
Is he
I'm
just some
not.
influencer that trying to be like
People are
heel,
tripping.
like because
Yeah,
all
that's what
this.
it seems like. It seems like he's just maybe he's acting that way.
By the way, all this is 90s radio. All this is wrestling. All this is like every reality show. It's like everybody's playing a character, and then that's your social media character, and a lot of them are going heel. Like
Yeah, I guess
like
if you look
want
at it
people
like-
to hate you, and
yeah.
so I mean, this is probably
Like
just
me on the
his
show.
character on social media.
Except the things he's doing are real and wrestling's fake.
Also, of course,
there is
why
a-
do it? If you're that rich already, is it just to fuck around and troll?
The answer might be exactly yeah. I think you
To get fame?
because it
To get
feels
fame.
so
I know,
good to be bad.
Boredom.
But also, I do think there are people that get addicted to trolling.
But
We have a guy that floats in our chat room now and again who I am convinced is absolutely addicted to trolling. Like the guy has so many accounts and he's into it. And I have no problem with him. I think we've gotten to a point where
It's
it's
a
almost
weird
like almost like we're okay with each other now. But I've been legitimately no bullshit following this particular troll for at least 10 years.
Or he's been following you.
Or he's been following me. Well, I follow him too because I mean, like he's right. But he he's been doing it that long, multiple accounts, multiple personas. We know it's the same guy. And I believe he's addicted to it. It's part of.
That's his hobby.
It's part. Yeah, it's his hobby. It's part of who he is. It's part of what he does. You know, I'm trying to think. Like video games to me would be sort of like that. Like I use video games as a way to like generally like. I can take my mind and put it in the game, and by doing that, it takes the stuff that I was worrying about, or the thing, like, and it kind of compartmentalizes them. Because I'm not a good, like, you're very good naturally, like taking things and just pushing them away. I can't do that.
It's also now is a time that I've never, like, it's never been like this before, where if you have money, you can use that money to get fame. Now, there's been a little bit like that before, but you still had to, like, get through, like, you know, through some vetting process to get on TV or the radio or whatever the hell it was. Like, you had to pay some company that was the gatekeeper of the media to get on there. Now, it's like you could use social media in your own accounts, and then with if you have a shit ton of money, get Teslas, fill your pool full of Orbeez, you know, like all this dumb shit that gets you attention, and then be a
and then be a star for it.
Where's the
and then
okay,
you can buy
so
fame.
Who's gonna be the guy? And has this already happened? I'm sure it's already happened. But who's gonna be the guy that takes it? The big guy, the like Mr. Beast. The I'm trying to think of other influencers. The Pauls. Who goes so far that it crosses a line and resets the whole thing.
Well, they've already pushed the limits. Like when that guy got a lot of shit with all the Pauls for going to that Japanese suicide forest and stuff, and they pushed back hard on him. It didn't hurt his career apparently or anything. Like seemingly makes just as much money as he did before.
Because it's not like you can't make money being a troll. Yeah. You know?
Also, you can't get canceled if you own your own shit.
Right. Because you're only talking to people
embrace it.
that like you. Yeah.
Well,
unless
like, you know, Twitter bans you or TikTok bans you.
Yeah.
Screwed,
well, if you go,
you can get banned.
Well, I'm thinking that there will be something. I'm thinking that there will be something that one of these guys does. Maybe they already have, and we just haven't heard of it yet, or maybe it doesn't matter as much to people. But that they will do something that will be like a murder, or there will be something like huge,
too far.
Too far, and it will be the grand reset for all of this, and then we'll have to rethink because there's a weirdness that you and I think most people in this room, just based on age, we don't get, like, we won't know what it feels like to open up a YouTube and see a guy like Mr. Beast. Let's say this, I think he's like in his 20s, and he's like just so much money. So much money, dude.
Just off of social media?
Yeah, just off of social media. Like, we don't know what that's like. Like, to me, the whole idea was, and I know that it's probably people better suited to talk about this that say this, but like, you know, like I'd see people that were successful, but it was like, oh, look at how successful they are. I'm gonna have to work to be as successful as them. Now, I'm not saying that this guy, Mr. Beast, or anybody like that isn't working. That's not what I'm saying. But just the model of making the money is so grandiose and crazy. It doesn't even fit the model of a job.
Yes,
it's crazy.
Although it's maybe generational, we're just looking at it, and it's, you know, this is this is what media is now for the younger, anybody in their 20s. They're like, so it's all social media.
Sure.
It's not, you know, they're not fucking any other media that matters. It's like it's these people. These are the new celebrities that are the media now, and it's not the TV and radio. It's interesting.
Dan Bilzerian's going to prison? Why? The chat room just said that.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, look that up, Sam. Some of the chat rooms said that. I'd love to see the details on that. He was an earlier influencer and a guy that I would follow a little bit.
That guy, man.
Never really liked that guy, but I liked his yacht photos.
Convicted of fraud, conspiracy, and making false statements to the Securities and Exchange Commission.
Oh, that's some money. That's some money. That sounds like some stock insider trading or whatever. Like you start fucking around with when you have that much money, and then a lot of times these guys do shit thinking that it's no big deal, and then all it takes is one investigation. Like, well, this is a federal crime. Like, you influenced some stock price and you told your friend, or you did something. Fucking Martha Stewart, I'm pretty convinced Martha Stewart didn't think about her going to jail when she told her friends, like, hey, get rid. You don't think, you're like, hey, yeah, sell this, it's not going well or whatever.
And then like a friend type of thing.
Yeah, but it's like, that is illegal. Like, you are fucking around with stock price, or at least telling insider trading. So anyway, the the social media influencer thing going on. It's kind of like the Jackass thing when we were in the late 90s and early 2000s. It's like everybody was doing it, like shit, I was.
Yeah.
It's like,
it wasn't
a
this
popular
lucrative.
thing.
The amount of money that these influencers...
There was no way to,
Yeah, there was like somebody
sell your video back in the late 90s?
Let's see. Somebody in our Twitch chat room just said Mr. Beast, and you can look him up on Google, Tom. If you saw him, you'd be like, I think I know that guy, because he pops up on your social feeds. He
looks like a nerd.
He's a nerd. Yeah, he's a nerd.
He's worth $16 million, though.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
and I'm not. I don't want to. This is the thing. I don't want.
23 years old.
I'm not gonna sit here and diss anybody because that's something that I don't do. I don't know much about it. I know a little bit about it, but I don't want to diss the guy. But the problem that I don't have a problem with it. The thing I don't understand, let me rephrase it. The thing I don't understand is when I watch the videos and see that, and I see him wasting all the money and the creativity that he puts into these like grand wasting money type videos. He'll give he's the guy that does these things where he's like, I gave Tom Van $1 million, but I only gave him 1 minute to spend it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he's that guy, right? Yeah, he's that guy. And when I see that, I'm just like, well, that's not $16 million worth of entertainment based on the way I was raised in my age.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not entertainment. I'm just saying that I don't value it as $16 million of entertainment. It's not worth that. The idea of giving people $1 million in 1 minute to spend it is intriguing, though, to me, and I would watch that. Mm-hmm. So there's a weird thing in my brain where I'm like, I see it and I want to give it value, but I don't want to give it as much value as the generations ahead of me are doing. That's the weird thing that I have.
Well, it's hard to understand like the talent and appreciate like you see, and Daniel, we've talked about this before, like Sammy Davis Jr., right? The guy was,
hey man,
like he knew how to. He knew like he was the ultimate performer, and he had to work as
Mr. Talent or what was his name? Like, it was like Mr. Hollywood or something.
This guy knew like he was tap dancing, singing, like acting, telling jokes,
ventriloquist,
smoking,
comedian,
Wally smoking,
writer, direct, like he.
Like, he had to do so much and have to be so talented. Like, obviously, in that time and because of his race, like, even more than everybody else.
Dude, and he was a black Jew.
Yeah. And then so...
That's insane.
Really? He was Jewish?
Yeah, Sammy Davis Jr. was Jewish.
And he had to get through so much. But his talent rose him to the top because, like, oh, my God, this guy can literally do everything. And, like, that's what he had to do back then. And then now, you just...
And you got this now.
You fill your swimming pool full of Orbeez.
So that's why I don't want to... You see what I'm saying, though? Like, I know you believe me when I say, like, I don't want to be the guy that says that's not worth anything, because obviously it is. And I think it's a dangerous game as a human to play if you want to stay relevant, or if you want to like understand what kids are doing, to not at least look at the stuff that they're doing and try to understand it a little bit. It's not going to fit perfectly because we're all different, but it's just the value of it. The 16 million, really? Really?
Well, it's probably just a testament to how dumb all of society, and including myself, I will put myself in that, we all are, because like we're not looking up videos of someone playing the violin, or you know what I'm saying, like the ultimate talent. We're seeing this shit, and that's what we're. Believe me, because the internet and all these social media platforms, they'll give you what you were looking for, right?
Yeah.
So it's like if you were searching some sort of classical trained violinist playing some sort of classical music, and or anything like that was considered really talented, good art. Then they'd give that to you while watching the shit. It's
not even about that. It's like I'll use YouTube as the perfect example. I think you'll get this.
Okay.
We talked about him yesterday. There's a guy that I follow on YouTube. He's a deaf guy. He fixes ruckus scooters, and he's got like long blonde hair. He's like a surfer cat, but he's like the ruckus genius. And he does these videos. And the best thing about him is because he's deaf, he's not going to talk and narrate it, so everything's typed out. And he'll show you things. He does really simple ways to repair your scooters. They're great videos, man. They're just, to me, that has more value than doing a video of giving $1 million to one person to see if they can spend it in 1 minute.
I'm getting more and more mad as I read about this kid. Like, good for him for making
saying.
money, but his first video that went viral was literally just him counting to 100,000. it took him 44 hours.
Dude, yeah, I mean, I'm just saying it's like, it's fine. It's fine for what it is.
Maybe it's the home shopping network of this generation, meaning they don't want to see anything serious. They don't want to have any sort of, like, anything. They want nonsense. Like, they want garbage, and they just want to look at it, keep scrolling, and then that's it. And so... this is pretty much garbage, right? Like, it's just someone counting.
I mean, I think some of his newer stuff now could be somewhat entertaining, but like a lot of it in the beginning was like him counting to 100,000, and there was one where he watched a video for 10 hours straight. It's like, okay, is that like a feat? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just
it is. Okay.
If people are looking at it, you can get paid by.
But like, do you watch that entire video? Do you watch the full 10 hours? You know what I mean? So then
people got nothing to do.
This is making me want to force Tracy into burping on video. Like more.
She would crush. And if you need help with that, I know a guy.
Nobody can be left alone with their own thoughts. They got to look at this while they're shitting. They got to look at this while they're watching TV. They're looking at it while they're watching TV. That's the world we live in now. We're
all ADD.
We're addicted to the phones. So we're just scrolling like, look at this, look at this. Oh, what is this guy doing? Look. Scroll. You know what I'm saying? He's counting. That's how it is. Why are you even looking at it? This is garbage. It does nothing for. Does it enhance your life? No.
I love Tom's impression of a person on the phone.
That's me. I get caught up in it. I'm just like, look at this, scroll, and then I snap myself out of me. Like, what the fuck am I looking at? It's nothing. Nothing has helped me.
Have you ever? Okay, I'll admit it.
You ever forget it like 2 days later?
You got another story?
2 days. Same day.
I have two more, but
we'll win with this. We got to take a break anyway because we got to get to dump them out. But like, have you guys ever caught yourself on the TikToks? Like standing there looking at a TikTok and it's doing the thing, and then you just kind of fade away, and it's still going, and it's just rolling, and you're just kind of like in a weird
dude.
It's almost like I get hypnotized by the audio or something. Like I don't know. There's something fucked up in
the audio. You get hypnotized.
There's something fucked up in there.
It's the mounds.
Yeah. That's what
can we talk about that?
Our son.
That's your fault, man.
Our kids one day
everywhere
in 20 years, they're gonna be like, I can't believe you guys would just look at your phones all day and didn't realize how fucked up that was for your brains. You know what I'm saying? Like they will. It'll be
It'll be like when cigarettes were healthy for you.
It's this generation smoking. I think. I mean, maybe not to the. Well, shit. How many people have anxiety compared to where it's a debilitating
social
problem?
Anxiety.
Oh, we're creating
it. They don't know how to interact with other people.
Well, just like smoking gives you cancer, maybe your phones give you anxiety, and then screens give you anxiety. It fucks up your brain.
Read that book I sent you. I'm reading a book right now. I'll give it to the listeners if you want to follow along and talk to me about it. I'm on chapter 7. It's called Comfort Crisis. Look it up.
Like I'm terrified.
He's on Rogan this week, but I didn't listen to that. I just bought the book because I'm not a big.
I mean,
Rogan
there is
fan.
texting thumb and stuff like that where you get like carpal tunnel, and that's all from just using your thumbs and stuff like that with phones.
Yeah.
That's happening now, and it's happening to kids that are younger and younger. It's not just an older.
But I'd take carpal tunnel thumbs over like debilitating anxiety. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody will, or like even to have the.
I don't really use my thumbs except for texting my wife's butt.
But me and Daniel were talking about like anxiety, and we're contemplating if your own brain will give you things to give you anxiety because it's addicted to the cortisol, the you know what I'm saying? Like
I think that's true.
Like it's a chemical, it's a stress hormone that gets chemical that gets released in your brain. Maybe your body gets so used to it that it starts like causing you pain or thinking your brain starts
your brain wants it
because it wants it, and then it's just a fucking never-ending cycle. I mean, who knows? I don't know. I'm not, but it can't be good. Let's end with that.
Yeah, I like that. It cannot be good.
You got to limit yourself, just like everything else. It has to be in moderation.
Except for alcohol and weed. With those, I feel like pedal
Sky's
down.
the limit.
Pedal down. Yeah, pedal down. Everything else, back off a little bit. Seeing your family, spending time with your children.
The weed thing, I feel like in like 5 years, it'll be like, you're doing it all the time. I don't know. Too bad.
They're like,
I'll be lying. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I'll be lying like I do to the doctor now when they ask me how many drinks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, 2 per week.
What'd you say, 0? If you're gonna lie,
never say 0. You don't say 0.
Then they know you're lying, right?
Yeah, they absolutely know you're lying. This is King Youngblood. The name of the song is Too Late Too Soon, featuring Matt Chamberlain. Guys, I promise I'll try to be better at that since I'm not doing the footnotes at the end anymore because of videos. So I think you're gonna like this. This song goes, man. It's a good groove. We'll be right back with more on Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. 1-844-TOMNDAN. Bye-bye.
Crumpled up my brain like paper planes that flew to east and burned. I get you.
This is when Tom freestyles just from the dome. He's gonna spit it out and everyone's home.
Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha's here. Butler's here. Seth Petrozelli is here. That's how long we've been working together, is that we just know. He just knows. He's like, this motherfucker's crazy.
Let's do some voicemail. Because,
okay.
Most of our voicemail are uncensored, and we have a problem playing them on ACT.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to play, and all the other news stations fucked it out because they can't really play it, and we could have played it, but I'm not going to do it because everybody did it. It was that guy that... There was that audio of the guy that comes to court on his Zoom court, and he
buttfucker 3000.
Yeah,
or whatever
his
it was.
sister-in-law made it, and I was gonna bat that around a little bit to say, like, is it real? Is it not real? Is it not real? And you know what I say? Completely not real.
And okay, but in what?
Nothing's real.
In what way? Because is it not real in the fact that all those other people, including the judge, couldn't see it?
No,
or
they
did it on
saw it.
purpose?
They saw it, and they were mad at him, but I believe that, and he blamed it on his sister and said it wasn't a Zoom account, it was set up and everything, but I guarantee you that this man did it with the intent of that happening, and he knew that it wouldn't be a big deal because he could just, he
Explain
knew.
it was a full, yeah.
I know that I'm confident enough that if I am confident enough in most scenarios with law enforcement that I can do one thing stupid, and then I can talk my way out of only that one thing through sincere, like apology, through tears, or fainting now is a new thing. But I'm serious. I think that you get one. And this guy knew that he could do that, and then he'd be, and he'd freak out, and he knew it'd go viral. And I just think that's the way the world works now. I think that's the way people do stuff now, and I hate it.
Because it's like, what, did your sister name herself Buttfucker 3000?
Well, I think he meant like she was trying to fuck with him, and that's what he said to the judge is like, my sister did this as a prank. You know what I mean? Like, it's all fake. That's not real.
Yeah, because I feel like your sister's not going to prank you at your...
Court hearing.
Court hearing. Yeah.
It's too far.
No, she can be a real bitch.
yeah, but I agree with you, Daniel. I feel like everything's set up. Everything, dude. It's radio. Everything was fake on radio. At a certain point, you're like, the real things are hard to capture. So let's do everything fake because then we can produce it. How often? Like the guy that came to the Zoom call as a cat. That may have been real, but that spawned a million fakes, right?
Yes.
Okay. It did. That one was real. I mean, I think normally if we just look at it a little bit, step away from it a little bit, I think we can tell what's fabricated, what's real, Voicemails for you. Let's start with a fan favorite.
Tom and Dan Butler and Sam. Jim from Lakeland here. Early on in our relationship, my honey and I decided that we didn't want to have kids. And we didn't, and we're happy with that decision. But even so, I find it very interesting to listen to Tom and Dan and their stories of parenthood and their trials and tribulations and joys. And the more I listen to Tom talk about his kids, Tommy and Max, the more it kind of reminds me of my brother and I. I'm the youngest of a pair of Irish twins, and my brother's 18 months older than I. And our father was worried that we weren't developing any grit. Now, he had grit to spare. He was much like Tom's pop-pop. My dad served in World War II as a teenager.
Thank you for your service.
So he was aboard the USS Oberon off the coast of Africa and in the Mediterranean during World War II. Wow. So he was made out of grit. But my mother, she was very tender-hearted and tended to baby us, so there wasn't really much of a clear path for us to develop any grit until we had a pretty rough year in the family, and tragedy followed tragedy, and by the end of the year our mother couldn't be with us anymore.
Oh, Jim.
And that left my dad with a heavy heart, an empty bed, and a full prostate, so he set out to find his next wife and the woman who would be the mother of his two sons.
I have to stop him right there. Jim, let me produce your podcast. It's gonna be
Jim stories.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a story, and it's only gonna be about as long as it's gonna be
They'll
like
be
a
short,
10-minute.
so we'll call them Slim Jim.
Oh,
my God! I'll just let you produce it, Sam. But I'll be.
And then you get members, and they're gym members.
Yeah.
Daniel's idea.
I love that. And then we all pay for ads in the weekly, so we can win.
And pretty quickly he found an old flame, and he met her where you find all your old flames. He met her at a funeral, and they reconnected and were married almost immediately. But my new stepmother Dorothy, she was not a maternal woman at all. Her obligation in the marriage was to keep my brother and I from dying. And beyond that, we were kind of left to our own devices to raise ourselves, and that's kind of where our grit came from. And there's no real tremendous point to this story except to kind of introduce the character of Dorothy. She carried her money between her boobs and her opinions on the tip of her tongue, and life with her was pretty interesting. So if you found this story interesting at all, then I'll throw in a few Dorothy stories
in my
here
podcast.
and there.
I'm telling you, this guy's gonna start plugging his podcast. Just like, Jim, just do a podcast with us, man.
Sounds exactly
We've been
like
wanting
Ned
to start.
Flanders.
Hey, you know what?
He does, yeah.
I have this idea.
He doesn't look like anything like you would imagine, by the way.
I have an idea of, like, nobody's done this yet. What if we took a bunch of different, like, podcasts and then told people we have a podcast network? Nobody does this. Nobody. It's never been done. And we put Jim on the network.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, put him on the network.
Print the hats.
All right, print the hats. Jim, thank you for your story, buddy.
Yeah, the problem is, like, I know you guys have been telling me this for years, but I'm really starting to learn as I live where, like,
Life's a dance, you learn as you go.
Like,
that's good.
I'm like, grit that comes from trauma. Not
necessarily
best
good
grit. Yeah. Like it comes like
you just want soft sand. You don't want hard sand grit.
Yeah. It's like you don't need to put bleach in the soap. You just need to make it a little pummacy in the Dojo. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so.
Well, I don't know.
All I'm saying is that
Did you see me? I was trying. I can feel my hand slipping about to fall.
For instance,
I think he's fainting again. Actually,
there's too much grit where it's like you're my pop. The Great Depression caused his parents to like donate him and his sister to the orphanage, and he had to live there. His other
donate children.
It's not donation.
Well, his other brother and sister got to stay at the family house.
Yeah, you gotta make a decision.
But they had to literally choose which kids went to the orphanage, and it was my papa and sister.
How would you choose? You probably choose the kid that like
who's the healthiest.
Well, who's the best behaved? Who eats the least?
Right.
They
cried the most.
They did it by age. They kept the oldest and the second oldest.
They're like they've had more time with us.
Well,
my pop-up and his younger sister, literally, they're like, cut the last two. That's how they decided.
Yeah, because the older ones can help out around the homestead,
farm,
Or
then you get 17. It's time for war.
If you turn 17 around here, you just get Seth Petrozelli. You start throwing you around on mats.
He literally wanted.
Later, you got drinking.
But with that kind of insane trauma, then you get the hardest motherfucker that I've ever met in my life, and then just like too much grit.
There's a fine line.
And I don't know if that it made you a hard motherfucker.
But what about
is this?
Who's the one person you know with no grit?
I don't know if
none.
If you fainted after a commercial. No, you got grit. It's just anxiety. But no, that's you got
grit. It's just anxiety.
No, I don't know. He makes an excellent point.
I
couldn't even make it up the stairs.
No, but that's a misconception too, where someone looks at your anxiety and you're fainting after this, and then like, oh, you're a pussy. It has nothing to do with that. Your fucking anxiety your anxiety, so it's physically making you faint and like fucking you up.
Physically, I'm not a pussy, but mentally, I am a pussy.
No, but you're not. It's just your brain chemicals are messed up, and that's all it is. Anyway,
your brain's just messed up.
That's true. They've known that.
The problem is
both know that.
Giving your kids grit without trauma. A lot of work. Not good. It's too much work. I just have to, hopefully. he dropped dead in some point.
My God!
But that'll give him the grit.
No, I'll put him into my karate lessons. I'll give him some grit.
Yeah.
Some
Karate,
discipline, some
also,
hard work. Some.
It's fucking 2021. We have air conditioning. How much grit do they really need? You know what I'm saying? I've said this before. If the end of the world's coming, they gotta live off the land and fucking fight the roving hordes of people trying to steal. You're screwed. But if you just
bullshit, you need grit just to get through applying for a job, you need grit.
Yes.
There's always
those are good though.
There's always
rejection
competition.
Is good. That's good grit.
Yeah,
rejection is good.
No,
grit.
yes,
but
of
I mean,
course.
you need that for life because you have to have a go-get-em attitude, and you have to
100%. But I'm just saying, you don't need the grit that it takes to survive in a bamboo cage in the Vietnam. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of
he's
grit.
Saying
there's levels of grit.
I got turned down to be a bag boy at Winn-Dixie versus John McCain. There's a difference. That guy was a war hero.
You need enough to get through our pansy-ass society.
Yeah, I mean, but not the
if you gotta fight in the bamboo cage, you're fucked.
Yeah,
like my sons are fucked. I'm fucked. I can't do that shit. I can't be in a goddamn cage and have people rip my goddamn fingernails off. I'm too soft, But I could take someone making fun of me or lose my job.
How many prisoner of war dicks I would suck to get out of that? I mean, all the dicks.
Can you imagine how gross and hairy and nasty?
It doesn't matter. Whatever it takes, David Moss. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
I gotta do whatever it takes to see my daughter and my wife again. And more than that, no offense, with my daughter again. You know what I mean?
I'd rather get a nail ripped off than suck a bunch of penises.
No way.
No, dude. Take my nails. Do what you cut my arms off. I'll still suck dicks with no arms. Just get me back to my daughter for the love of God.
Well, I don't have kids, so I don't care.
You need just enough grit to handle your boss being a dickhead to you, and then someone calling you fat on social media. Nowadays, right?
Yeah. But what if your entire class is calling you fat on social media?
Well, if your child is different.
That's hard.
As an adult, I'm saying I'm talking about just living your adult life.
Gotcha. Let's try this one right here.
Hey, Beatty and Manny here for the Gucci Carter's podcast. I would like to admit something. I once, while looking through the live rock, came to an immense ejaculation. Since then, the only way I can release the white bees is by looking at porn through the live rock. Discuss if you wish. Discuss if you wish, please. Suckling sumptuous titas. Do.
I'm sorry. What was the only way you can watch porn now? What?
Looking through
a live rock?
Live rock.
What rock?
Smoking rock.
I don't
He
know.
sounds.
Does anyone know what the hell that was?
He also his voice.
He's one of my favorite.
Did you listen to these before you play?
It was an odd cadence.
No, I love it.
It's a cadence of Stephen Hawking's voice machine.
Yeah.
He's talking like a computer.
The only way that I can release the white bees.
He called them white bees.
White bullets. I know what you're talking about.
It sounds like a quadriplegic voice machine.
Hey, Beatty and Manny here for the Gucci Carter's podcast.
Gucci Carter.
I would like to admit something. I once, while looking through the live rock, came to an immense ejaculation. Since then, the only way I can release the white bees
It sounds like a scam call.
I need to know what he's saying.
What is this? Am I talking to a person?
The only thing we're missing is the... I do that all the time when Andrea calls me. She'll call me and I'll go. Boop. No, but it's not that good. It's like a.
Did you say Medium Ernie? I need to know who this is.
But Medium Ernie.
But then right after the
Medium Ernie,
He's spreading a secret message to a militia group or something.
Yeah.
Right after the boom, and then you
Did
hear.
he mean like when he was watching? Did he mean he was watching?
Hello, my name is
Jonathan.
Hello, my name is Steve.
And it was on the tank and the rock. And then the
Maybe.
hole in the rocks of the. I'm trying to put some pieces together. I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Maybe he is talking
I was
about
watching through the live room.
Does he have a number? Just call him and be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
did you
he's
say,
looking
mister?
through the tank and is walking around. He's jacking it to it.
No.
And that's the only way. He can
Oh,
get
the live rock.
That's what I don't know. I'm just trying.
That's what it is.
Good
job, Sam.
Hey,
All right, pizza party.
Well, look. If there's anybody paranoid that can sniff out a pervert,
I can decode shit.
Oh yeah.
But what is he looking at? Jerking off?
It doesn't matter.
I guess
It doesn't-
the
once you look through the live rock,
Well,
you're
no.
just jacking the white bees out.
Well,
You
no.
don't- it doesn't
I feel
matter.
appreciated.
It's a crazy ass show. How about this one?
Okay.
Hey guys, BDM Joe
What
from
was
Texas.
that?
There's the beep.
Wait, why was it a little? It was like
Little
a little
clown horn.
like a little flute.
Hey guys, BDM Joe from Texas. I just want to say one thing. Y'all make me laugh. That's all I want to say. Y'all are the best. I've been having some rough times not working, but the one thing I get out of it is you guys just make me laugh. And that's it. And that's what you're there for, and I love you. Have a great day. Bye.
And that's goddamn Texas strong.
I like his Texas accent.
Yeah, that guy's got a sexy accent,
Yeah.
right? I can see why ladies.
We'll call
like
him
that.
Sexy Texy. Put him in the R team.
Yeah, Sexy Texy. Put him on the R. I like that guy. Like, I can see why women would like that. Because he's
Southern
like,
drawl.
hey, I just want to say this is all I want to say.
Oh,
Go Gators.
No.
That's, sorry, it just felt right.
Speaking of the R
They're gonna
team,
say go
are we going to
Trump.
attach the Remy interview we did yesterday?
Oh, how'd that go?
Tom said it might be the best audio.
You got to ask him if we could attach it just to the BDM show.
You know, I thought you
the
might
end.
say that.
Okay.
And let's see let's
man.
see if I actually did my due
Well.
diligence here.
Oh man.
Going into the old emails and see if I got anything from old Remy, and he says, of course you can put it on the end of your Friday free show.
Oh.
No questions asked.
Oh well, I want to put on the BDM show. People got to
All right,
subscribe
BDM.
for
All
that
right,
day.
all right,
Okay.
BDM. Well, it's queued up for Monday then. So Monday we will. If you're not a BDM, you better sign up. You will get the first ever duel. It's almost like a live on live. It's our show, and at the end of it, you get.
we were being interviewed by Remy's
Remy's
Roundtable.
Roundtable, but then we started interviewing Remy and Chris's wife, and everybody was on the line. It was
You were screaming at Butler. Oh yeah.
Sam, you really missed a good one.
Damn it.
Let's not do a full dump them out, but I do want to talk about.
Okay, you just want to do
this. So
Sorry, I put the cameras back on.
like the other night, I'm sitting there and me and Crystal are talking, and I'm like, "Do you remember taking naps in kindergarten?" Because I think we were talking about like the school ends and like they got a full week next week, and then at least here at the Seminole, and then like basically a week and a half, and then they're summer school or summer.
What do you mean taking naps?
I remember taking that, and I remember things that happened during that nap.
Are you okay? Do you need to talk about
What
this?
happened?
Yeah,
Well, I did it to
white bees.
myself. I remember playing with myself when we took naps.
Kindergarten?
Yeah,
Jesus
I would do. I told you my dad thought I had a problem when I was.
Well, you do have a problem.
Well, I definitely. I remember.
Well, you definitely have
You
a
need to go to
problem.
I remember
therapy,
being
bro.
on my stomach, on my side, and just mushing it around and like playing with it as like I was laying down flat on the ground.
That's too early, right? Like
I think
that's,
there might be a suppressed memory you need to go
no,
handle.
suppressed-
I mean, I feel like
You're
the need
smushing
to
it?
I'm smushing it around. Yeah. Anyway,
Were
that's how I
people-
knew. That's how I
That got
remember.
weird.
That's like the only
did
memory I
people
have is taking
say-
a nap. I remember that. No one said anything.
Did anybody say like, "Hey, stop smushing it"?
I remember being really. I remember, like,
Hey,
I remember being really careful of not getting like not trying to show that. I
Hey,
was
the
doing it.
dumb one's smushing it again. I don't know why.
were you fat? Were you chubby?
Not in kindergarten. When I
The fat dumb one is smushing it.
Hey, you fat dumb! Yeah, you fat dumb! Stop smushing your cock!
Go wash your hands.
I like how your kindergarten teacher was old diesel mechanic.
yeah.
Where'd you go? Do you remember?
Kindergarten teacher was
Don't say the name.
The name of what? My teacher?
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're dead by now.
No, they're not dead. No, I
It
know.
says
I know she's not
44.
dead. I remember-
My
Yeah,
kindergarten
he-
teacher's dead.
He knows she's not dead.
No,
he
I know
said.
she's not dead.
How do you
Okay.
know that?
Because I remember. I think I saw her on Facebook. I think I saw
Yeah,
a lot
she
of my
wrote
teachers on
you.
Facebook.
She's like, "Are you still smushing it?"
Plus, she wasn't that.
Oh, maybe she's horny now.
Yeah.
That'd be the weirdest fetish.
Hey, I saw your girlfriend open up her own little OnlyFans for burping. If she's doing that, you can come over and I'll smush you.
You follow your elementary school
No, I don't
teachers,
follow her. I remember like friends of friends and like mentioning her name, like that she was still alive. I just know that she's still alive.
Let's see if she's still
somehow,
on Facebook,
I don't
bro.
remember.
Let's see if she's a fucking narp.
I'm not. I don't even remember
And
any of my
I actually
teachers'
think she
names.
still teaches there. To be honest.
Damn.
Oh God.
How old? Yeah, it was 35 years ago.
Could we interview her
She
and
was a
ask
younger
her
teacher.
if
Wasn't that old?
kids smush more now or than they did when you were a kid?
Wait, what?
Like I want to know. I want to interview her and find out if kids smush it more now during naps or
No,
then.
Well, there's always a smusher.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like there is.
It's like a chopper.
We
It's
had a kid. I remember
I think
this.
Butler definitely smushed it. He just can't remember it because he's too stoned.
That'd be a smush.
Yeah. You look like King Smusher. Well, to make you feel better, I remember that.
I don't feel bad.
My mom and my. Okay, fair enough. I know my mom and my dad would go to like big people church, and then like if they went to the big like service, they would put me downstairs in the church nursery at my church, and I remember this is a vivid memory of the kid. I still remember the kid's name, Paul. I remember Paul was like just we're all like it's the age like probably a little younger than Maisie. Where you're walking around and everything is like those writing toys and blocks and crayons. It's very
like
much
preschool. Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit younger than our guys now. Like our guys now are a little more mature than this, but like I remember walking around and seeing the toys and everything and playing. And they had those big cardboard blocks that look like bricks that they fold up and they're red and white. And they look like a Pizza Hut color. Yeah. So we had all those and we're playing. That's the memory. And I remember Paul was just walking around. Just fucking jacking it the whole.
Really?
Yeah, and
not really jack. He's just yanking on it, right?
Yeah,
He's gonna have a boner.
Yeah. I mean, it was more boner than not boner. But it was,
boys are boners.
Did he have it out or was his hand in his pants?
No, he had it over the lip.
Wow.
Over the waistband.
That is a bold move.
Yeah, over the waistband, like the way that I pee now because I'm too lazy to unbutton my pants. So I just pull it under because Chubby's is elastic. You just pull it under. So he was whacking it. I'll never forget. My parents were coming to pick me up, and they came downstairs to get me. And I remember at that point, Paul's parents came down, and then the lady had to, sit them down. And as we were leaving, the lady was having a discussion about Paul walking around like jacking his cock all over the.
I think that's like kids to explore. And
I just know it feels good. I remember just feeling really good.
It sounds like you're saying that because you were one of those people
No,
you're
I
trying to defend it. But I feel like if you do that and people say that you do that, then you are serial killer material.
So we all here took naps in kindergarten. They don't do that shit anymore. Like there's no naps, and even in preschool, my kids didn't take naps. Like they cut that shit, and then I'm trying to figure out when did they stop it. And also, was kindergarten like back then in the 80s? Was it considered more of like a public free daycare? Like because I think I only remember like doing Play-Doh and coloring, and it was basically just like a like daycare scenario.
Mine was Christian songs too. I remember that. I remember singing "Onward, Christian Soldiers."
That may have been preschool though. Maybe even back then elementary school.
Yeah, we had Father Abraham had many sons. Many sons had Father Abraham.
So now
I am one of them. Nobody.
They're doing actual like Maisie can full on read, and like they're teaching like
in kindergarten.
In kindergarten. Yes, in kindergarten.
Yeah. I couldn't pronounce turtle in kindergarten. I remember my parents had to come in and with my teacher because I argued that I could pronounce it correctly, and I had to say in front of all of them like 20 times because I couldn't say
hey,
and I kept saying turtle instead of turtle.
If that one can't say turtle, come in, everybody go to work.
Everybody in here, Smusher's gonna say turtle.
You couldn't even say turtle.
I couldn't pronounce. Well, no, they were breaking it down to syllables, so it's just two. Turtle. I said turtle. I said it in 4.
Disney.
Oh my god!
I gotta cry. Disney.
I'm just saying the education system's better than it was in the past.
I don't know. I was telling you, like I learned like my ABCs, my numbers, colors.
Maybe we learned something like that. Now you were younger though, so maybe it got. I think Daniel was singing
not that
Bible
much younger
songs
than you though.
Hey, but like
no, dude, I got fucked up by the Bible songs.
How old are you?
No, I got fucked up.
35.
Okay, well, 4 years is a certain period of time that things could have started to change.
No,
but
math. Remember the story about my math teacher? She didn't like math.
Yeah,
Or we didn't switch classes when I went to a private Christian school. You didn't switch classes.
The teacher switched, right?
We stayed with one teacher, and she knew, but she didn't like math.
In elementary school?
Yeah.
Yeah, same with me.
Yeah, so this lady just straight up didn't like math. She didn't teach math.
Oh.
Really?
And so when I got to middle
She
school...
opted out of teaching you guys
Yeah, there's some weird shit. They were mad that they didn't have the Bible.
My mom and dad and other parents almost had a class action lawsuit against this lady for fucking us up because my mom was convinced that's why I'm not good at math. I'm just not good at math. I don't think that had much to do with it, but the lady did neglect it to the point where it became a hindrance. And then when I got to middle school, I had to go immediately had to go into remedial math.
Right.
Oh,
and
you
then
had to go
catch
into
up.
remedial math.
Well, then I eventually caught my way back up to trig, and I made my way back up because I'm fucking smart.
I remember they got mad because they taught some sort of evolution. Remember I told you this? And in elementary school, and all the parents, this is the 80s, got mad because they were screaming. They're like, my grandma had no goddamn monkey. Because they didn't understand. This is a fucking uneducated 80s. People are idiots.
Yeah.
I didn't have any religion in my school other than the Pledge of Allegiance and the national anthem, the under God shit. But that's about it.
Yeah, I'm just talking about they were mad they were teaching evolution. But when did they stop the nap? When did that? There had to have been a hard stop, right? Or
mine was
did
preschool. I don't think I did it in kindergarten.
I did it in kindergarten.
I did in kindergarten.
Well, that's up north. I think
I was in
southern.
Virginia,
Stop with northern.
We had it in kindergarten, but again, I was at a private day school. And because I remember having a cubby and a blanket and the whole nine, so I had it.
I was at a regular Kenwood Elementary School, public school down in Miami, and
Kenwood, that's solid. That's almost as good as Alpine.
And it was to take out the mat, sleep. They turned off all lights.
Gross, shitty mats. You just lay on the floor.
Now they're not yoga mats. They're the fold-out ones that are vinyl feeling.
But there was no pillow, no blanket.
No.
They just laid on they turned off the lights. And
But wait a minute,
sleep.
is that bad? Because now we're no pillow. How but
no,
give them some grit.
I'm just saying that.
But it's weird that they even thought that was necessary for 5 and 6 year olds.
Yeah.
Where now we wouldn't even think my kids don't fucking take naps, so and it would be bizarre for any of them to take.
Your kid?
Maybe that's what they need to.
Do your boys still fall asleep in the car? Because May will.
Not anymore. No.
God, May will from coming back from her dance or something that. She'll crash out.
Max will crash.
Well, she's been dancing her ass off. These kids just sit and play Minecraft.
It's a better life.
Dude, if I'm not driving, I fall asleep in the car right away.
He's not joking.
I love you, man. You make me laugh, dude.
That's maybe choppers you fall asleep.
It's a better way of living. This motherfucker's going to be 99 years old when he dies. I love it.
Falling asleep while driving.
What else
man.
What else do we have in the old... I know we blew...
We'll end with DMV visit, because speaking of that, I gotta...
So I wrote down that... So I go to the DMV, and I need to get... My mom has that little beach shack. It's a park model, though. So I have to get it. It's for all intents and purposes, it's a trailer. So I still need to get it registered and get it in my name. So I got it in my name because we don't know what we're going to do with it yet. And for all the BDMs and people that have hit me up and said, hey, I'd like to rent your mom's place, they don't allow that. I would do that. I would straight up, because I'm probably going to sell it. And the best thing that I could do right now while trying to sell it would be to rent it to you guys and have you guys just terrorize that fucking that place that those old people live in. It'd be fun for me. I don't care. It's not you know what I mean. I'm gonna get rid of it. So anyway, I go to the DMV to try and put this in my name. And I've never seen this level of baby man. I wrote him in my phone, baby man. He comes in, and he had his gator on, and he comes in, and immediately he asks the security guard at the DMV, oh, my registration is expired. I need to get my registration, up to snuff, that kind of deal. The security guy's like, well, do you have an appointment? He's like, well, no, I don't have an appointment, but I was kind of hoping I'd just hang out here and then just wait to go in the queue. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. For the last 14 months, this is what the security guard says. For the last 14 months, everything's been appointment only. There have been no just wait around just for COVID and everything. I'm sure, sir, that you're, of the virus that we've been battling for 14 months. And that's just not, he's like, So I can wait, right? No, sir, I don't think you understand. Like, we're not doing that, and I'm going to have to ask you to either make an appointment here using the kiosk, or you can, you're going to have to exit our lobby. Okay, I'll just make an appointment. So he goes to make an appointment. He's not figuring it. You can already look at him. He's not computer literate. He's not able to do it. So he does something that I wrote down and I admire it. I don't like it, but I admire it because it will get things done. So this baby man had decided that he got there, didn't know the rules, didn't know that you had to make an appointment, didn't know that didn't care about the pandemic. Obviously, it's not not a big deal. Let me describe him real quick. Balding, looked like Chungus, our old intern.
Okay.
But not as large.
Okay.
So skinny man, Super Mario shirt, novelty socks, novelty shoes, like some sort of cartoony shoes. Very much into Nintendo. No judgment. I'm just saying you're adding to baby man. You're adding to baby man when you wear that.
Yeah.
And you do when you say the thing that you're about to say. So he's going to, this is what I admire. He goes to each individual window when they're not occupied, which is against the rules, but the security guard, he's had it. He don't want to do that. He ain't going to police this guy. He goes to every window telling the woman, and there's only women that work at the DMV, because if men worked there, they'd kill this guy. Yeah. That's why they're not there. I mean, the women are they have patience, they're kind. Men could not do this. We're not as good. So he goes to each window telling his story to the person, and then they each tell him, you have to go make an appointment.
Right.
And there's 10 windows, by the way. So Andrea and I are just sitting there watching this. Then he comes back over to the one window, and the lady's explaining it to him for what I can only.
He's hoping one of them will break and squeeze him in.
I admire that. I do admire and there's no shame. I'm too
shame. It's too awkward. I couldn't.
I'm not nothing makes me awkward, right? That makes me awkward. I could not go to each window and tell the same story, and knowing that everybody's hearing, everyone was hearing it.
Yeah.
This motherfucker was focused and going to get his registration fixed. So he goes to this lady. He explains it one last time. This is his swan song. And then the lady's like, well, you're just going to have to make an appointment. And we've seen you in here, sir. And so he goes, and this is a phrase he said that Andrea honestly said, I've never heard this before. He goes, I'm using my birthday money for this.
What?
That's what he says. He screams, well, not scream, more of a scream than he had been. I'm using my birthday money for this. And Andrea, so she starts texting me back and forth. No, well, she is. She's clowning him hard, and because she's super organized. Right. So we're texting back and forth, what you do, in a couple, clowning this guy.
Right.
But have you ever seen somebody, because this guy, obviously, older than Sam, so you're 35. Mm-hmm. So he's 35 plus. No.
I was going to say, was he on the spectrum?
No,
I
am not going to let that become the excuse for everybody that just decides they want to be an asshole.
Right.
You can't just go Elon Musk, anybody. You can't just
he
go.
He thought that he was better than everyone in the fact of fuck
care.
Everybody that got an appointment.
I don't think he cared.
Or he just got babied his whole life and just expected to get his way.
That's it.
That's his fucking.
No, that's it. I do think that he was probably babied his entire life.
That is literally 90% of people.
And he got there and he didn't understand how the process works. But I've never heard anybody say, "I'm using my birthday," but you're fucking 35 years old. You still get birthday money.
Who gave you birthday money?
Yeah, who gets birthday? I'm 44. I haven't seen birthday money in 15 years. Well, actually,
that's older than 35. No.
Yeah, you're right.
He said he was bad at math.
Not a math guy. Thank you, sir.
It could be there's a lot of people that are barely.
They're bad at life, right?
Just capable of
existing.
Yes, literally navigating the world as an adult, paying your car insurance, paying wherever you live, they're hanging on by a thread, and it's extremely hard for them for whatever reason, lots of reasons, but it's bad.
We just could, and then the birthday
we
money
need to
thing,
teach that more in school.
Then we start. Well, my teacher
at home.
My teacher used to, Mr. Snow. Shout out to DeLand High School. Mr. Snow used to teach us how to do our taxes, how to balance a checkbook, how to balance a budget.
What class was that? Just a regular business?
It was a social studies class. It was social studies economics. It was a half and half where you would do half of the class you'd learn about great figures in history or whatever, and then the other half of the class you'd learn
practical stuff.
Practical stuff. Yeah. There were more practical application classes And I still remember the balance the checkbook stuff, how to write a check, how to use a deposit slip, all that dumb garbage.
Now you don't have to need it anymore.
At all.
You don't need it anymore. But you know what?
Yeah.
For my age though, I mean, they could do classes now about online banking stuff like that. So Tom and I
For
still,
sure, yeah.
we still can't figure out.
I wish I had that.
SunTrust.
I had a stupid life skills class, and all they taught me was like cross-hatching fucking pillows and how to make a goddamn soup. It was terrible.
That's oh my god.
Yeah. That's how. Yeah. Also, you do run the risk of you're teaching people antiquated shit.
Right. You have to update it.
Although just the basic how to open a bank account and how to pay your credit cards and what a credit card score even is and like how to
credit
make
scores work.
Yeah. Like all that shit.
All
We
that.
don't. How about how to find out facts on the internet
Or how to change a tire.
Right, how to vet shit on the internet, yeah.
No, adults don't know that. Like I don't even know how you would teach kids that, but that's a huge problem.
No, they definitely have to teach that now, especially like in high schools when you have to do reports. So you got to cite your sources and shit. Like they have to teach you how to vet sources.
This guy seemed to have very little like concept of consequences. You know, like when he walked in, he was like, the birthday money was the first thing that I wrote down. The other phrase that he wrote down, I had to check my phone to make sure, was he was like, but my car, my registration, I need to drive it now. No,
right,
but you can't.
Yeah.
You fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean.
He's a narcissist baby.
Yeah.
You know, with. And then also, like, even if you're teaching people how to vet stuff, it's like from what? From books? Or from like web pages, like then which one? Then it's become too like.
It's
imagine
very hard,
if teachers tried to teach kids to go on a particular website to vet, like this is considered the truth. Parents would fucking lose their mind because they'd be like, "That's bullshit," you know, like because they believe whatever site that the teachers
they go on.
Yeah. So I think it may be a shit show if you even tried to dive into teaching kids how to vet the truth because the parents are like, "Well, fuck this. This isn't the truth."
Yeah.
You know, it's like
because they're gonna delineate. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
We're doomed.
We made it there. Oh, we're winners. We got it.
It's David Jolly, the winner.
Hashtag the winners.
Is that show? Oh, that show's coming out.
It's coming out on the 24th.
He's mad about
no,
it.
He's not. No, he said for show.
Oh, okay. I told him it's already on YouTube. You can check out David Jolly's appearance. It's already on YouTube. I mean, we're all look. You want our content? Our shit's out there.
It's somewhere.
Trust me, it's out there.
All the current shows are on Twitch, so that's the easiest way to find the exact order we do it because that's how we do it.
Absolutely, and if you're not getting it there, get it on YouTube if you want it cleaned up, color corrected, and sounding pretty. Let's get out of here.
Seth, how can people join your gym and your dojo?
The gym, just go to jungleorlando.com, and my dojo, you can go to karateoforlando.com. And I just had the first BDM's child signed up last week, and she's doing great. It was 1 week, and she's a natural, and she's a badass, and she's doing amazing.
Oh, I love it.
It's
Little girl?
Yeah, little girl.
How old?
7.
I'm
Young
really
7,
trying to
6 or
push
7.
Maisie
6 or 7.
into it. Maisie'd be good at it, dude.
Yeah. I need to get my sons.
At least do like
something.
1 or 2 just to see if they enjoy it. Just to see. I guarantee I make the class really, really fun. And it's awesome.
I know you do. I'm just trying to convince her to do it because right now I got a dance competition.
You have to
this
convince
weekend.
you're a damn parent. You drag them by the
No, I can't
drag
do
them.
it.
Just do it.
I'm in.
They let their children make choices.
I believe I'm at the Daytona Beach Ocean Center this weekend.
All right.
Watching my tiki bird spread her wings. Oh, good. Andrea's the best. She's like, I know you had a rough week because of the fainting and everything. So during the dancing, if you want to walk over to the Hooters, you can.
My God,
oh,
the wife you have.
Andrea loves Hooters. She loves it. Andrea's one of her favorite restaurants is Hooters.
I haven't been to Hooters in a while, but I like Hooters
fucking
too.
loves Hooters. Our second date was Hooters.
Semantics.
Really?
Yeah, she loves it.
You're recording this week, right?
I'm recording tonight with my buddy Derek. We're doing our conspiracy theory podcast. You heard about this one. You can find that on the Semantics Patreon. It's patreon.com/semantics. It's a free show, so you don't have to pay anything to listen to those. I am doing the mysterious death of Brittany Murphy because there's some crazy conspiracies around that whole thing.
That was sad.
And I don't know what Derek's topic is going to be. He's surprising me, so that's cool. And then tomorrow night we will be recording with our buddy AJ Wyatt from Wyatt in the Ashes. He flew in from Vegas. He's working on a record, and our buddy Smooth Nipples is going to be joining us as well. Paul.
How's old Smooth Nipples doing?
He's doing good. His baby's cute as ever.
How
use
smooth
the
is
pool
his baby's
picture.
nipples?
I haven't seen his baby's nipples,
You know
but
what?
I'll
Write that
report back.
down.
Paul, send me a picture of your baby's nipples.
Yeah, I want to see how smooth they are.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, no, nothing else.
Also, I
Don't
do...
use the pool picture of Paul anymore because he looks like an old woman in
Okay.
that photo. I can't. I look
That was
every,
the most recent picture
No,
I
but
could find
every
of him.
time I see it, I go, "Oh my God, Kathy Bates is."
I do want to promote that the Craft Beer Enthusiast BDM group does have pint glasses for sale on.
I bought 6 of those motherfuckers.
The merch page.
They're amazing.
So you purchase them on the merch page, and then they have 2 pickup locations. On May 22nd, you can either pick it up at Dirty Ore Brewing or Ellipsis Brewing. They're really awesome pint glasses,
they're
and all the money
super great.
collected will go right back to the group.
Yep.
So.
Also, our coloring books are on there. Everything goes to Yellow Brick Road. Hopefully, you will cut them a big check once it's all done.
Indeed, and if you're injured on the go, don't forget to call.
JustCallMo.com. He'll hook you up. In fact, we've had multiple BDMs use them already for car accidents. And someone, Jesse, we're going to talk to, he got in a motorcycle accident and called Mo.
Which one?
And they took care of him.
Is he okay?
Yeah. No, he's good now. It's just, injured on the go, just call Mo.
Yeah, Andrea, put my helmet. I have to start wearing my helmet after.
I lost respect for you.
I know. We've had a lot of really sweet
Look,
people pass
he's
lately.
fainting. Just let him protect his head.
And Travis, where can people reach you to clean their windows?
You know what that is?
That was good.
No, but you can go to any of our watering holes and pick up one of our Magnuts. So we got a Brew Johnny's,
That's
Bug Nutty.
105 today, Seth.
Celery City in West End.
Wow.
Oh, sad, Travis.
All right, bye-bye.
I love you, Travis.
I can't publish that. It's mediocre.